Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's time!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Wrestling with Toxicity. I am your host, Super Beard Vince Hoover, joined as always by Super Bro, aka the Booker, Jason Hoover, and the Ginger Ninja Jaxpo himself. Boys, how are we doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
It's been a great day. I got coffee.
Coffee. Coffee is always good. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week again. We will be doing the NXT Watchalong. But first, of course, it is social media, so you know what you have to do. If you're on Twitch, please follow. If you're feeling ever so generous, please subscribe. If you have a Amazon Prime, you can use that to subscribe for free and make Jeffrey Bezos pay for it, stick it to the billionaires. If you're over on YouTube, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. It's free over there, as well as hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live. If you're on Kick, please follow us there as well. If you're on Facebook, please hit the share button, send it to your friends, and follow us on the Geeks and Noobs podcast Facebook page. That being said, it's been an interesting time in wrestling recently. AJ, welcome to the chat. Matt Ward, as always, first in the chat. As Cody Rhodes says, what do you want to talk about tonight? Like Von Wagner appearance last night. Yes, Von Wagner was on Raw, and that's kind of part of what I want to talk about today before we get into the NXT watch along. Some of the kind of fallout from the draft. We're seeing more NXT stars. We had that Intercontinental Championship Contenders Battle Royal. And it was quite interesting to see. We had some NXT stars in there, JD McDonough, Von Wagner, a couple others. So yeah, we had Von Wagner there, who they tried to, I guess, portray as a bit of a bit of a beast. I don't know how that worked out or not. We also got JD McDonough going after Dolph Ziggler. And as well as teasing what we have already talked about, the possibility of him joining Judgment Day.
Finn Balor doing his best Sting impression.
Yeah, just hanging out in the background there. So, granted, it's obviously very early. It's hard to tell anything when it comes to these NXT call-ups thus far. We also saw the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Fire and Dawn, watching on SmackDown the Tag Championship deal. We saw Ear to Sheer show up on Monday Night Raw with Jinder Mahal claiming they're going to take all the gold. What do you guys think of the call-ups thus far?
I think we called the JD situation. It was either going to be Miz or it was going to be Ziggler.
When I say we called the
yeah.
JD McDonough situation, I mean that we called the fact that he's going to be in Judgment Day.
Well, we also called the fact a couple weeks ago, even before him being called up to WWE, that he is either his first session would be with either Miz or with Dolph Ziggler, but those are your two major gatekeepers right now anyways.
Yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer. Everybody goes to them.
Right, at one time or another. Indo Sheer, I'm honestly, I'm not impressed. Even with the sticks they had as jobbing for him, I still was not impressed. And Zoe Stark, she's got a bully gimmick, and really leaning into that bully gimmick.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about her segment.
Yeah, and it seems like Candice is taking Nikki underneath her wing as kind of that surrogate mom type thing.
Well, it's official that The Way is on Raw now.
Yes.
They are called The Way again. They were on that Raw post show that they have. I forgot what it's called.
Raw Talk.
Raw Talk, yeah.
Okay.
and they're officially called the Way again. But I don't know how Nikki's gonna play into that. She came out to her Sanity music not that long ago, so that was interesting. But also, like, yeah, the Zoe. I actually kind of forgot about the Zoe Starks thing. She's gonna need something to she's gonna need to get into a feud with a bigger name soon to get some kind of traction. Indashir, like, I'm actually like I'm a fan of Indashir. Not so much of Jinder Mahal. I am a fan of Indashir though. I think those guys have a lot of potential. AJ says it reminds him of AOP. Yeah, a bit. The only problem with that particular style of the AOP Indashir, where they're just like those monsters with a manager, there's a short ceiling to that, and I think those guys have all the talent in the world, and I think they could be something big in the tag team division. But one, we got to put emphasis on the tag team division. Two, you got to do something to kind of make them stand out a little bit more. But I think they could be there. And again, like, I don't think that, like, I actually, like, the Jinder Mahal thing, I almost don't, like, I don't like them to being these almost silent giants. Especially since one of them is a massive Bollywood star. Like, or he was a TV star over in India. Like, the dude was a massive star. Like, he has charisma for days. Like, let the guy shine. Let them both shine. They both have it. I think Jinder's kind of holding him back a little bit, to be honest. But Matt Ward said something interesting, and then I'm going to get to AJ's point about not being surprised that Ali won the Battle Royal. I'm a little surprised, but then when I realized that it's going to be at Night of Champions, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. But, well, no, because he's going to get jobbed out, but he's going to be, it's still
he's going to get his ass handed to him.
Yeah, but it's still Mustafa Ali, a Middle Eastern, descent, in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah, Veer's a former baseball player too. Yeah, and he was one of those guys that was like really fun to interview. Like, again, these guys have personality. Now, Matt Ward had mentioned that Seth Rollins, the newest MCU star from WWE. I did not hear this.
What, Matt?
How do I not know? How do I not know?
You did not
this?
see. You did not see the behind-the-scenes footage.
No, I did not.
Seth Rollins on set.
No, I did not.
He'll be involved in the new captain. I don't know what character he's playing, but no, it's legitimately. I will vouch for Matt Ward on this one. I saw it on Twitter.
Seth Rollins makes MCU debut in Captain America 4 as a villain. Does it say what
legit? He's going to be in the MCU.
Oh, so I saw this picture, but I didn't see it close up. Like, I just saw it like on my phone, and I didn't like click on it to look at it. Oh.
Okay, that's a
so
Thursday night topic.
He's playing a henchman of sorts. But it looks like he might be a member of the Serpent Society.
Ooh.
Yes, and AJ is correct. You got 2 new free characters on 2K23 today with Mia Yim and Candice LeRae. As part of the update patch, they would have had it added them to.
Nice.
So, originally, to kind of, again, this is going off subject, but fuck it. Becky Lynch did film stuff for Internal's show too. Yeah, I know she's done some stuff for MCU already. But before we got Captain America Civil War, it was supposed to be Captain America Serpent Society. Serpent Society is a group of supervillains. Obviously, all their personas are based around snakes. They've been long rumored to be a lot of things now. In Captain America New World Order, supposedly Val, the Contessa, which is Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, the head of the CIA, is supposedly working with the Serpent Society to find a new metal, not vibranium, most likely going to be adamantium, as we slowly build to mutants. And the Serpent Society also has some adamantium stories as well. as one. I think one of them has armor or their weapons are adamantium, something like that. They're a very obscure kind of villain, but I think Seth Rollins as part of it, as long as they don't kill him off and they just make him part of the Serpent Society, that would actually be pretty cool for him. And like, come on, Seth Rollins is a villain in the Serpent Society. Like, it's just corporate Seth all over again, right?
Mm-hmm. It really is.
So what do you think of the rumors that WWE is hesitant of having Rollins win with all the movie possibilities? I don't think so. I think that he is the person to carry it first. You know, here's the guy they put the NXT brand on him first. He was part of the Universal Championship first match, although he didn't win that one. I think they put the title on him because the thing is, like, yeah, he'll go shoot. You know, he's probably already done shooting what he had to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt he had a massive role in the film, so he's probably already done shooting what he had to shoot.
And think of it this way too. I mean, imagine being able to say MCU star Seth Rollins, World Heavyweight Champion, all in one sentence. You know?
Yeah, but also WWE very rarely does that kind of thing.
They did it with Banks when she was doing Mandalorian.
No, they didn't. That was news outlets.
They did.
WWE never did. They mentioned it once.
Yeah, WWE never mentioned him.
They never used it as part of her thing. That was news outlets. That was news outlets. Don't forget, also, part of when she did that was right before she left. But
and then she went and did the second part after she left.
Yeah, they didn't. WWE never. They mentioned it like once, like congrats to her for, you know, starring in this. But after that, they didn't bring it up, whereas news outlets and everybody else brought it up all the time. And that's what'll happen here, is that they'll congratulate him for being a part of it once it's released, or once it's at least announced that he's, you know, and then that's it. But the thing is, like, Seth isn't going to go full Hollywood right away. Like, if he does enjoy making movies, more power to him and he can go do it. This is one role. He's not going to get more roles until this movie comes out and they see how he did. So we're still a year and a half away from even a possibility of him having tons of roles, like, where all of a sudden... So there's a year and a half where he could be champion, to, like, if they wanted to do it. Like, and like I said, they're probably going to go, like, 6 to 9 months with a championship run on this. I think the days of hot potatoing titles are over. Although... the whole it's going to be a weekly defended fighting championship could mean that this particular one does hot potato from time to time, but I don't think the first run it will. I think he'll get a good run out of it.
I think we're going to get a lengthy run from Seth out of it.
I think so too.
Hot potato it at all.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. So looking currently at the people that have been called up from NXT specifically. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, Von Wagner feels to me just like the other. And again, I don't know why I can't think of his name to save my life. I feel like they're going to get lost.
Is he the Samoan guy all tattooed up?
Yeah, the really fit Samoan guy.
Yeah, really fit.
He looks like Eddie Thorpe with more hair.
He did some NXT live show runs for a while.
Yeah. He didn't actually do a lot on TV for it. Zion Quinn. Thank you, AJ. Jesus.
Thank you.
Zion Quinn. That's how bad it is. Like, I feel like he's going to end up being just a jobber for the main roster. But I kind of feel like Von Wagner, they're going to try to push, but it's going to end up where he's just in that same kind of role. At least, like, from what I got here. Von Wagner is going to need a manager. Unlike Indashir, who I don't think really needs one. He is going to need one. And right now it feels like of the call-ups for Monday Night Raw, at least, like Indy Hartwell's going to do good things.
Yes.
With the way. Yeah, when she heals up. With the way. JD McDonough looks like he's going to end up in Judgment Day.
Yes. Grimes had a good showing.
Oh, that was SmackDown. I was talking about Raw.
Yeah, but still. I mean,
But Cameron Grimes on... Yeah, but I mean, like, a squash match against Baron Corbin right now means absolutely nothing.
no, but it was more memorable than the rest of the stuff on Raw. If I'm having to pull that up,
I would say that the JD McDonough promo and the attack on Dolph Ziggler was far more memorable.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge JD fan. I've always been a JD fan ever since NXT UK, and I'm hoping great things for him. And there's a part of me that wants to see him get into Judgment Day and then kick out Finn. To a point.
I don't want to do that only because I don't want to rehash the same exact story that was what made the Judgment Day what they are today, anyways.
Right, which is the reason why I don't want that to happen. But there's a part of me that does the same thing. It's weird. And I think Zaya Quinn needs something to make him stand out, and so does Zoe Stark. Like, right now, she is a generic bully heel with an outfit. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm just not really seeing... like, the women's division, it's a lot... I think it's actually easier to come up, you know? It's a more wide open area to make a mark. So Zoe Stark, I'll give her time. Like, her, I'm not as worried about.
Right.
But, like, she does have to do something, like, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know, like, and, like, Cameron Grimes, I'm not worried about. That guy has it. I love him to death. I'm just not like, oh, he made such an impact. No, he didn't. I mean, I knew it was going to be I mean, Baron Corbin has been squashed by, didn't he lose to a jobber? Like, didn't he have, like, a jobber come out and, like, he get rolled up by a jobber? Like, it's just, like, some, like, local enhancement talent beat him. Like, it's, like, right now, Baron Corbin, who's about to go through another gimmick change, beating him that quickly doesn't do anything for me. Like, have Cameron Grimes... First of all, he never even cut a promo. Like, that guy's so good on the mic. Like, give me Cameron Grimes in full... Was I happy he won? Yes. Was I happy to see him? Yes. He looked fantastic. Like, he's in such great shape. But give me Cameron Grimes on a microphone. Give me the character. Give me all of it. Now, we got that with JD. We got the Irish Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
You know?
So excited for that.
Mm-hmm. I think we got more out of Pretty Deadly in a backstage statement roasting the Brawling Brutes than we did out of Cameron Grimes.
We did.
And so there's been some good call. Like, I think most of the call-ups are good. I think what also hurts Zion Quinn is the fact that, like, he's a free agent. He's not even technically on any brand.
Right.
So you're going to get him, like, again, he's just going to be a jobber. He's just going to show up to get beat. He just looks impressive. He's a big dude. We're getting Grayson Waller this next week on SmackDown with the Grayson Waller effect. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Baron Corbin said in an interview he wants to make a hybrid gimmick of his Lone Wolf and Happy Corbin gimmick, which is what I thought the Wrestling God gimmick that he was doing with JBL was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it obviously didn't work, and I'm glad they kind of got away from it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they got to do something with him. I think Corbin is going to be wasted if not. But as far as like NXT call-ups, like again, there are some we're seeing that's like, it's like, yeah, it makes sense, and then I didn't understand. I didn't even understand the Von Wagner call-up, to be honest, because they hadn't even done much with him on their roster. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I felt like Von Wagner was the monster jobber down in NXT, and I feel like in WWE he's going to be even more so, especially the fact that he's a free agent. You know, he can job out to anybody.
No, Von
and
Wagner
help
was
make
drafted to
them
Raw.
look
I thought wasn't he drafted to
good.
Raw?
No, he's a free.
He's
He's
also
a
a free agent.
agent.
Is he also a free?
Yes.
Yeah, he's screwed. Any of the NXT, I feel like any of the NXT call-ups that were free agents are screwed. Like that just feels like a
Anybody
death
except-
sentence. That feels like a death sentence.
Honestly, the only two free agents that I don't feel like they're going to get screwed over are Brock Lesnar and Omos.
Well, as I said, NXT free agents.
Right.
NXT
But
free agents. Well, Ali's a free agent.
Right, and I still feel like he's going to get screwed over,
He literally just got an Intercontinental title championship.
and he's going to job out to Gunther.
Everybody's going to job out to Gunther. That's not the thing. Like it does, like Brock Lesnar would job out to Gunther. You understand? Until they know the person they want to actually take the title off of him, everybody's jobbing out to him. But getting an Intercontinental title on a big card like Night of Champions, that's a big deal, and that's a big push. And like he has a gimmick and he has a storyline going, and this whole positive Ali thing. And so no, he's not screwed. He's not jobbed out. It makes sense to me to have Ali as a free agent until they can figure out exactly what they want to do with him more. Like you can see they're developing something, but they're not 100% where they want to be with it yet. So yeah, make him a free agent until, because you could also have him eventually go after the United States title and win it, and then be on SmackDown. Like,
Right.
you just got to figure out where he fits.
And that's actually a match I wouldn't mind seeing: Austin Theory versus Ali.
Yeah, I think it works great.
AJ's like I'd put Ali in NXT. I think he's bigger than NXT. As much as I've been saying, I think he's bigger than NXT.
I think that if the positive gimmick they're doing right now doesn't work, you could move him to NXT, make him a champion there, and give him a year down there.
Could you imagine the match that him and Wesley could have together?
Oh Jesus Christ! Like
Or
that
him
would
and-
be
him and Dragon Lee could have together. Like I could
Him
see
and
Mustafa
Carmelo.
Ali down at NXT.
Yeah.
him and Carmelo. Like you put if like let's say after this, after the Intercontinental title, you know, they get away from the positive gimmick and they go back to not necessarily the retribution, but just kind of like the bitter chip on the shoulder, but not like the runaway, like more of just like an aggressive heel. He goes down to NXT to kind of like, he's like, you know, I wasn't getting the opportunities that I deserved on the main roster, but NXT I can take what I want because I'm better than all of you. He goes down there, kind of runs rampant, goes through Wesley. Maybe he takes the North American title off Wesley, and then like 4 months later, he loses it to somebody, but in the process goes after Carmelo, and then so Carmelo gets like an 8-month run with the title, and then Ali's the one to take it off of him after Ali gets a nice give Ali like a year down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it works.
It would be really fun too.
There's also a rumor that once Dragunov comes up, he's going to Imperium. I don't know about that.
I don't want that. I don't
want that either, because some of the best matches in the last decade have been Dragunov versus Gunther.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I want that. Have him go after Imperium.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't have him in Imperium. Have him go after Imperium.
Like, have Imperium start looking over their shoulders when they even hear the name Dragunov in any way, shape, or form. Like, let them be afraid of them.
Yeah, I definitely don't want him to be in Imperium. And that's also like, oh, we got a foreign guy. Let's put him in Imperium. Like, no.
No, let's not.
Let's not do that.
Imperium is fine as a treat, as a trio.
The only other person I'd ever want to see in Imperium would be Alexander Wolf if he's brought back. And that's only if they don't do Sanity, because I thought he was even better in Sanity than he was in Imperium.
Agreed.
But I can accept him in Imperium.
And I would like to see a little bit of a mix of the characters. Like, yes, he is, when Gunther barks in orders, he snaps too. However, he's that little bit of psycho in the ring, you know?
That's not Imperium. That's not Imperium. The ring is sacred.
Very sacred to the ring.
The mat is sacred. Like, it's very militaristic. That is not Imperium. So no, I don't want that. If you're gonna have a faction, keep them in line. Keep them in the group. I don't need a shield where you have one who's the powerhouse, one who's the architect, the idea guy, and then the lunatic. And no, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Now that you said it that way, yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah, Imperium is very much, the ring is sacred. This is what we do. So yeah, we don't need a psycho version of anything. What we do need is to just see something come of the draft. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We need to see that.
Hey, Coach
Hey, Coach Ron. Good to see you. We need to see that the draft made sense. You know what I mean?
Or at least meant something.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it needs to be where, yes, it made sense for us to do this. It made sense for us to go through all this hubbubaloo, this rigmarole for a gimmick. Like, but it makes sense that we were able to do this. Wolf is teaming with Damo as Sanity in WXW. We don't know if they were supposed to be back already because of the hiring freeze. I'm not sure there's even a hiring freeze. I've heard, like, murmurs of a hiring freeze, but at the same time, like, why? Like, I think the hiring freeze was meant to be before the purchase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now that the sale is done, I don't think there's a hiring freeze anymore.
Well, I mean, maybe not. I mean, and the thing is, if hiring freeze or not, it's also to the fact with people having these rumors that Vince this, Vince that, they're, until they get confirmation whether or not, they may not even come in. I mean, look at Jay White. There was, like, a whole bunch of people, even in WWE, saying Jay White's coming to WWE. And as soon as this Vince stuff hits, he's in AAW, So it may not be just WWE choosing to not hire people. It may be people going, let's take a step back and wait and let things settle down completely,
Yeah, it's always a possibility too. I wouldn't. I also think, like, part of the situation when it comes to the Sanity thing and whatnot, at least based on rumors, it was all very much tied to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
We had Eric Young doing the voiceover and all that. We saw the Sanity kind of stuff in his in that last promo he did. So WWE and UFC will be called TKO Group. That's gross. That's so gimmicky. Anyways, I'm just not a fan of that. But, like, legit, like, there's so many things, like, when it comes to at least Sanity, that it was all tied to Bray Wyatt. So that could be, it's like, well, we don't need to bring them in yet because we don't even know what's going on. So it's like, why, so let's just wait. And that's the thing. Just like the military, WWE is all hurry up and wait. That is just the nature of the business, and that's entertainment in general. Because don't forget, Matt Riddle, he was done with his suspension for a couple weeks before he actually came back.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
and there's a rumor going around that their WWE is actually going to be hiring a creative director specifically for Bray and his storylines.
oh, they did that. They did that back when Bray was hired.
No. When he was hired, they hired somebody to do keep things in line, like stuff like that. I can't remember how to say it. Congruent storyline, something like that. So this is supposedly someone who's specifically for Bray, But that, like I said, that is
yes, there was a guy who got a job called the director of long-term storytelling, but he was hired specifically for Bray. He's a former Marvel guy who is best friends with Bray, and he was hired specifically for Bray. So they already have somebody. They don't need to hire somebody else.
And once again, dirt sheets.
Yeah, just. Which also, I haven't heard much about this from the WWE side of things, but I'm wondering how the writer's strike in Hollywood is affecting WWE. Because I do believe the writers of WWE fall under the WGA union.
I would.
So I don't know how that's going up with that, if that's affecting it or not. But again, I haven't heard anything on that side of things. Also, I've been kind of very much out of the loop. In recent weeks, I've got other pressing things to deal with, but still, I haven't heard anything. I'm just curious, do you guys think that the draft, and I'm going to start with Ginger on this one, do you think the draft was successful for what they were intending? Or is it too early to tell?
To me, it's still too early to tell. I think when it comes to the NXT call-ups, it's been kind of lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're only in the second week of the two new rosters, and they got AJ going after a Raw title. To me, there should never have been anyone on SmackDown involved.
Yeah, I agree.
In that tournament. But that's my opinion. But I still think it's still too early. I hope starting Monday we get more storytelling for individual shows, because right now the draft doesn't mean jack shit to me, because you got Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, you got Paul Heyman showing up on Raw fucking with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It's like, why?
Admittedly, with that, I did appreciate that he had the visitor pass on his phone. Like, it was visitor.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, like that was a little touch.
Details.
That was a little detail that was nice. I like that. But I agree. Like, it hasn't really felt like it was that impactful as of yet. But maybe it's maybe the timing's off. Maybe the fact that we did have to put a new title in the mix, and we did have to maybe they should have established a title first. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, why are if it's a Raw championship, why are there people on SmackDown? But at the same time, I mean, the justification there is that, well, why should they? It's a world championship. Why should they be excluded just because it's going to be defended on Raw?
They're not being excluded because they have the opportunity to go against Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Roman doesn't defend. Like, that was the whole speech that Triple H gave. So why, when this new world title is brought out, why should they be excluded from an opportunity to win it? Because, yes, they were drafted to SmackDown.
That's
AJ,
the way the cookie crumbles.
So this is, again, where the draft timing was off. Because, yes, AJ was drafted to SmackDown, but if he somehow beats Seth Rollins which this is why I don't believe the rumors that they're going to not give it to Seth because of his movie opportunities. You would then break up the OC by pulling AJ away from the OC and putting him on Raw, even though he just got to SmackDown. So I feel like it was more so to show like, hey, everybody has an opportunity, but the reality is it's going to be a Raw guy that wins it, and then it'll be on Raw. It feels like it's very much telegraphed that AJ Styles is going to lose at Night of Champions, which I'm okay with. We're still going to get a banger of a match, and I want Seth. I want Seth to win it, but
I just want the ending to be good, you know. Like, we've had some really banger matches out there and stuff like that, and then the ending's like, what the fuck was that? You know.
So they said the women's and the undisputed tag champs can be on both brands despite being drafted. Yeah, see that one I'm okay with because, like, to me it was like they were drafted to both those tag teams were drafted to Raw, but because they have the titles that go on both brands, they can travel until they lose. Once they lose the titles, then they're stuck on their show.
Yep.
So that one I'm okay with, but yeah, I feel like we're just not getting a lot thus far out of the, like, and it's early, I get it, and but it just, like, we got to get a little bit more, I think, out of the draft in general, but specifically out of the NXT call-ups, because NXT, like, you know, again, it's been a banger show all year long,
except for that one show.
Yeah, and like, the fact that we can still hearken to one show being a problem is a great thing, I think. And these NXT talents have proven that they are a commodity. And, like, it looks like JD's going to get some kind of storyline. Putting him in the Judgment Day, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good for him. But, like, well, I can't say that Von Wagner's a commodity. I think his is more nepotism than anything else. But, like, Zion Quinn, that guy has all the potential in the world, but instead of getting, you know, developed in NXT, getting drafted and then basically becoming a jobber for the main roster, that sucks. And I know the excuse is, oh, well, we're going to want to see him grow. We want to see him do stuff. We want to see what he can do in front of a bigger crowd. Okay, why not develop it at NXT? You know, you're developmental.
Yeah.
They didn't even do much with him there.
Yeah, and if you want to see what he does in front of a big crowd, put him on main event a few times.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what main event's there for. You know?
Yeah, I don't quite understand the logic behind the call-ups, especially the free agent ones.
Right. There's no reason behind any NXT star being a free agent. Just let them stay down in NXT, do their thing. You know, like, I can understand Brock Lesnar, Omos, you know, let those guys be free agents, because that makes being a free agent something huge, you know, which gives more credence to Baron Corbin being a free agent, you know, making him more important than he is. But it's still, it's a thing. Like, because I'm sitting here looking at all the free agents, and I'm like, 2, maybe 3 if you add Baron Corbin of the free agents mean anything. And there's not a single female free agent.
There's not enough on the roster to have a free agent.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, it's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. There feels like there's just a bit of confusion when it comes to maybe not confusion, maybe just like a not as much direction as I would have thought we'd have gotten out of this draft. Not that any other draft has been any better. I mean, let's be honest. They've all been
There's
kind
been
of
more entertaining.
They've all been kind of confusing. I think one of the best drafts was the one with Eric Bischoff and Stephanie,
Yeah.
where they were like backstage. Granted, there was this really uncomfortable, weird sexual tension between the two of them during the whole thing that they kept like making all these obverse innuendos the whole time.
Yeah.
That was kind of gross. But other than that, like they were like actively wanting to get people, actively wanting to do this and that, you know, making trades, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like they made it like a thing. And I remember, like, do you remember like when Stephanie booked Brock Lesnar, who was champion at the time, exclusively to SmackDown, forcing him to come up with a second, like, and that's kind of what Triple H did here. Like, he's like, Roman's going to whatever brand he's going to, and he is staying there. So we need a title for the other, you know, like, so he kind of did that, but I liked the way they did it back then, where Stephanie did it very underhandedly, very like, now we don't have GMs to fight, so I get that part of it, but there still could have been a little bit more to it. Like, so, like, who drafted these people?
Yeah.
If there's no GMs, who? So last time we did a draft was when Fox started airing SmackDown.
Yes.
And they made it clear that USA Network drafted this person and Fox drafted this person. Like, but like we didn't get anything like that. So I think it felt weird from the get-go. And like the whole like Shawn Michaels being pissed that his NXT champions were getting drafted and whatnot. That was kind of part of that was real because he wasn't told till day of. Like he was not aware of it until that Monday. But like, still, I don't know, man. It just something seems a little bit off with the draft. I'm excited for where it can go. I'm excited to see what people like Cameron Grimes and Isla Dawn and Alba Fire and Carter and Chance and like a lot of the call-ups I'm excited for, but and a lot of what like the switching around and what the brand's gonna like. I'm happy to see Gunther on Raw. I'm really excited for that and where it can go. But like, I don't know, something just seems a little bit off.
I honestly think they should bring back the GMs. I mean, I know you've said against it before in the past, but to me personally, I think that's something that can help, but not be a crutch to storylines and stuff like that. You know, yes, we have Adam Pearce, but how powerful is Pearce?
Powerful enough that he can make matches. Like that's all but that's all a GM can do.
Right.
He's also like he can ban people and whatnot. He is a GM. Let's be real. What Adam Pearce is a GM. But I'm against the GM storyline because it makes them a character. I don't like there being a manager character of the whole brand because then you fall into the authority or the corporate gimmick again. That's just the inevitability of a GM.
Right.
Unless they're a pure babyface GM like William Regal was in NXT. And even then, that runs its course very quickly, which is why William Regal was not on TV very often. Like, he understood that I don't need to be there because it runs its course very quickly, and that's what a GM does. Either you're gonna fall into one of two tropes. Either you're the pure babyface GM, which is kind of what Adam Pearce is right now, and I think he does a great job, by the way. But like, the fact that he's on TV so much now, it's getting to be where it's like, all right, this is getting to be almost too much. Or you fall into the villain, and I don't want to see people screwed because of a shitty GM, and I don't want that part of it. Right. Somebody gets stripped, or somebody get like, oh well, I'm gonna make your life a living hell, so now you've got to fight a gauntlet match against 100 people. Like, I don't want that shit. I don't want a GM.
Triple H Daniel Bryan storyline.
Exactly. I don't want that again. This is why I'm like I'm very like, I feel like we're out of the era of GMs. Like, it part of the GM thing too was the fact that kayfabe, although dead, was still partially alive.
Right.
We are so smart to the business now that a heel GM, we just realize, oh, this is just another character. This is just another gimmick, and this is just another person on payroll. and they're just going to interfere in a lot of shit, and it's going to piss people off. Adam Pearce,
I think Adam Pearce is doing a great job.
I think he's doing fantastic.
Oh, agreed.
But did you see like where they had started to make him heel? Where they had started to try to turn him heel a while ago?
And then that was pre-Sonya Deville, right?
No, it was kind of during that. Because even she was questioning, like, this was when she very first got there. And I think the idea was to make her the face because of what she had just been through, so people were on her side. So they were like, we'll make her the face GM, we'll make Adam Pearce the heel one. And they very quickly got away from that. And when Sonya was ready, like, hey, I'm ready to go back to being a competitor. All right, well, you're going to be a heel anyway, so we'll make you the heel GM for a bit, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Best GM ever was William Regal.
Yes, I will not ever say no to that, ever. And I'm hoping one day that he can have a similar, if not a similar role to that. The man is a genius when it comes to the ring, and I want people to be able to see his genius for generations on end.
I want to, as great as he was at GM, I want a heel William Regal back. Give me what we were kind of getting with the Blackpool Combat Club right there towards the end. Give me William Regal as Charlie Dempsey's manager, and give me full heel Regal teaching his son how to be a real heel.
And
yes,
him and Gulak together underneath the tutelage of Regal.
No, drop Gulak.
No Gulak. Really?
Have William Regal come in and basically say that you're not teaching my son because you're not good enough, and take over. Like, I want it just to be Charlie. I don't want it to be a faction. I don't want it to be a group. Give me William Regal with Charlie Dempsey. And he's like, I will teach you how to get by in this business, and by any means necessary.
Mm-hmm. I want Booker T off of the commentary desk. If I could change anything, it would be that.
Yeah, I remember having like fonder memories of Booker's time as Raw commentator. But that might be like the fog of hindsight.
Fog of nostalgia?
Because, like, I was like, I remember him, because I remember when they first announced he was going to, I was like, okay, I'm down with that. Like, he was pretty good on Raw. And now I'm like, was he, though?
Yeah, it's almost to the point now where, like, I'm going to go back and, like, check things out and rewatch,
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, was he, though? Because, like, he's definitely not good as a heel. Like, because I know he was a heel commentator for a while before he went back to being a face commentator on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely not cutting it on NXT, I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm. To me, it feels like he comes in to work way too quickly after smoking some lettuce.
Oh, he's smoking the wrong kind then, because I'd be more focused.
Yeah, like I don't think that's what it is. I think that, like, to me, like, I just don't. Maybe he just, like, he doesn't get it anymore. Like, he doesn't understand, or he's not. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just like, okay, so here, I'm not trying to call him out for his work ethic, but maybe he's just not giving it his all. He's stretching himself a little thin, so he's not really on top of the product like he used to be, because he's doing his own podcast, he's doing other stuff, he's running his school, he's still out there working the indies, making appearances and stuff. So I'm wondering if maybe he's like, because like Vic Joseph has had to call him out on it, like what are you even talking about? Like, on air, like, called him out.
Yeah.
on a couple things. So I'm wondering if like he's just not fully checked in. Maybe I don't know.
Does he not care, or is he just not focused enough? Because you're right.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, is it just a paycheck? You know what I mean?
one of many. I don't know.
I don't know.
But the thing is, who do we get to replace him? Legitimately, who do you get to replace him?
There's a ton of people you could get. Like, I mean, there's a ton. It doesn't even really matter. Like, you just try it. You know.
Take somebody from backstage, put them on his desk, see how they feel out for a week or two.
I mean, hell, I'd prefer Byron Saxton.
I'm actually a fan of Byron Saxton,
Same.
his announcer. Don't forget, we've got the first Supernova sessions tonight on NXT, which will be going live in 8 minutes. And we've got the next round of the championship tournament for the ladies. So as we come close to, yes, AJ, I would like Saxton back as well. I don't know what's going on, but I wish him the best. As we get close to the start of NXT,
What do you mean? He's
up.
an interviewer. He's an interviewer for SmackDown.
It's rare for me to watch SmackDown nowadays, so
Yeah, he's on SmackDown.
I'd
He's
still like
doing a lot of backstage stuff.
I'd like to see back Baron Saxton in NXT doing the announcing and stuff like that. I mean, legitimately, when I was going to FCW on an almost weekly basis, it was Byron Saxton and William Regal on the commentary table, and to me, that was pure magic. But, so, oh, I think honestly, this draft, we need to give it a month. Just give it a few more weeks, see how it's going. Let's have the WWE make us interested in why these people are where they are, when what's going on, and stuff like that. We still have questions about the NXT Tag Team titles. We still have questions whether Rhea Ripley is going to be defending the the SmackDown Women's Champion on Raw, and Bianca Black and forth, blah blah blah. We also, there's a lot of questions up in the air right now. We need to. I think it's a waiting game right now. Let's see where things go. You know, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely kind of too early to make the call, but at the same time, like, you get excited for the draft because you want to see things happen, and then you want to see things come of it, and the slow build method when you have the draft doesn't necessarily always work.
No.
Yeah.
So you got to do something. And I just, I'm just curious to see what they're going to do.
And as you said earlier, it's only been 2 weeks,
Yeah. Yeah, it's only been 2 weeks, so like I'm not like, oh, they shit the bed, but I'm just like,
right.
I'm not seeing where it's going yet. And like I'm not even seeing like the potential, except for the championship, the new world heavyweight champion. Like that's the only thing I'm seeing with any kind of potential. So in that sense,
we're hoping to see potential in JD McDonough in the whole Judgment Day thing. We're hoping, but
yeah. Well, it's all a waiting game. It always is. It's like, we got to wait and see what they do, but what was the other thing? We do have, it's before NXT gets started. We do have Night of Champions coming up. And I wanted to ask Ginger this specifically as our resident #1 Cody Rhodes stan. do you think he wins against Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions?
You know, coincidentally, I was thinking about that again. I was thinking about that today as I was going back and watching the highlights. Would it? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really give a fuck if it makes sense or not. But what if Cody's the one person Brock can't get past? What if Cody's just too ring smart and just too aware of his surroundings for Brock to be able to get one over on him without having to use brute force and just annihilating the shit out of him?
Like, I am all for that. Like, I am all for it. And I think that what Cody has done since coming back is proven that not only does he believe he is the best wrestler in the world, he's proving it. I think that last night's promo was his worst promo since he's been back. And
It's
yet,
not a very good promo. I did not like it.
but still a good promo if you look at how a promo is done. If you look at how a promo is done,
promo skill, like
yeah,
promo 101 skills, yeah, it was okay. But if you look at the promos Cody's done since he's been back,
exactly,
it felt very flat.
So by Cody standards, not a good promo. By promo standards, still a good promo. And that says
It was promo
a lot. That says a lot. And
Night of Champions is going to be May 27th, and NXT Battlegrounds is going to be May 28th.
Yeah, and we're not really sure if we're going to be able to do a watch along for Night of Champions because of us, being in Houston and everything we're doing on Saturday. Although we might, we're going to look into it. Battlegrounds is looking more and more like something we'll be able to do a watch along for, though.
Right.
On Sunday night. So we'll try to keep everybody posted, whether it be in Discord, Twitter, or whatever. But yeah, I definitely feel like you're gonna see some good things coming out of both Night of Champions and Battleground. That sponsor's over with. We're done with that sponsor.
Oh, okay. I mean,
it ended at 6:30 today.
I still.
But
okay. I mean, I still play it, but it was fun.
Yeah, but there's no link now. That's what I'm saying. So when you hit that, it doesn't do anything.
I didn't know.
That's why I haven't brought it up.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh, you did bring up the merch show, and I want to talk about the merch real quick. They just updated the store.
Yeah.
You pinned that, Ginger, and there's nothing to pin.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to click something else and it clicked there. And I'm thinking, no, what the fuck are you doing? And now I don't know how to undo it.
I got it.
Oops.
There, it's unpinned.
Thank you.
They've just recently updated the merch store a bit. They brought back the high top shoes.
Really?
And now I'm like, crap. Because now I want to get the high tops. I was like, shit. All right. So
You gonna do the same? You do the same Geek and Noob?
I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest. I don't even know if I'm gonna do anything with it. But there's more stuff coming, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
So NXT is gonna be starting right now.
Oh, in a few moments.
There it goes. All right.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, pardon me. Then, now, forever.
So by the way, we do have the Supernova sessions coming back today. Do you think they're doing that as almost like a replacement for the Grayson Waller effect?
Yes.
Probably.
Plus, there's plenty more eyes on that cup.
NXT is kind of obsessed with, or not just NXT, but WWE in total. They are kind of just obsessed with the whole talk show gimmick, aren't they?
I blame Chris Jericho for that.
Oh, they've been doing that a lot longer.
Oh, I'm about to say they've been doing that a lot longer.
I blame fucking Roddy Piper and Brother Love and fucking Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I blame all them fuckers.
Okay.
I blame WCW the most for doing the late show and shit.
Oh, they're opening up with the women's match. The women's.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
You've been shining, you've been in your bag, but sorry, sweetie, no woman can measure up to the generations of Jade.
I feel like Jade is gonna kind of need something too. Like she's kind of like fallen into like generic creative character heel mode recently.
Yeah. Once again, it's that bully female, but this, I don't know. I think she needs to break free. You know, you understand what I'm saying.
Championship potential, but that would require getting your head out of your ass. And Sweet Cheeks, I have more grit in one finger than you have in your entire body, which is why I will be advancing to the semifinals.
Well, Booker, we already saw the bracket. The winner of this matchup will face Lyra Valkyria in the semifinals.
Oh yes, and we're going to get a chance to see if Fallon Henley, without the extracurricular activities, can get the job done. Let's check it out.
Look, unlike Cora Jade, Henley has a few advantages in this matchup. Briggs, Jensen have given her words of encouragement all weekend long, and also the NXT Universe.
Have you ever seen the Universe win a match? Have you seen a cheerleader go out there and win the game, go to touchdown? No, it's not like that. You got to go out there and win the game yourself, Vic.
We'll see if Fallon Henley can pull through in this matchup, advance, because we do know that the finals are going to take place a week from this Sunday. Lowell, Massachusetts, NXT Battleground. Tickets available now only at SongaCenter.com.
I don't like the strategy right now by Cora Jade trying to go one-on-one, toe-to-toe with Fallon Henley. I think we got a little weight differential right here. Oh, yes. Big shot right there.
As she said, she hits like a Louisville slugger. What a thunderous right hand by Henley. And she noted it's been a rocky few months, to say the least. And Cora Jade wants any part of Fallon Henley in this moment.
Starting with Piper, then Sleep. Oh, shit.
It's kind of hard, running a bar, Vic, trying to win the tag team championship.
He's crazy.
You can't be in two places.
Into the cover to advance.
You can't be in two places at the same time, but you got to have priorities in this business.
Look, she had priorities. She was trying to be a good partner, but it was the conniving Kiana James who stabbed her in the back. And not to mention, Jensen broke Jensen's heart as Cora Jade right now trying to damage the left foot.
Finley's looking good.
Yeah, she
Like
is.
there's definite improvement there. But like, does anybody believe that Cora Jade is not going to move on to at least the next round?
No, yeah. I mean, legitimately, there's more ways for Jade to win than not win.
Oh. Ooh, I didn't.
So close to the semifinals. Bam! High impact from Cora Jade, who's continuing to focus on the
I can see that, Matt.
Yeah, Piper's Pit was one of the first big-time talk shows. Then we got Barbershop. You know, yeah, they're kind of obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Kiana James could cost Fallon a win. That's Matt's prediction. I could see it, but at the same time, I kind of hope it does. I hope that none of the matches have any kind of interference.
Yeah.
I would like to see them
Straight
just
up.
build up. Yeah. I don't mind cheating, like if a heel cheats to win. Just don't give me any kind of like distraction or interference stuff.
Yeah.
Good God damn. That chop sounded brutal. Dad Hat, how's it going?
The
up, Dad?
Hat of Dads. What is going on, my good friend? You know, a high school teacher used to say that. He wouldn't hear all the time. Oh, listen here, my good friend. My good friend. Listen here, my good friend. I'm like, shut the fuck up, my good friend. Like, at the end of the day, he was my diesel mechanic teacher, so I only had him for one class. But after that 45 minutes, you just want to look at him and go, shut the fuck up.
I had a college professor that did that. I had that. He was one of my history teachers. Good dude though. I like that dude a lot. We had a lot of good conversations after class. But yeah, every class started with, "Hello, my good friends." I was like, all right. Like day one, like that was like, we don't know you. It's like we literally just met. Not to mention he was like 5 minutes late for our first class. We all almost walked out. You know what? That's something else we're seeing a lot more of in more recent memory on every brand, including like AEW, Impact. The roll out the ring, ring after a big move, like the smartness to know like I can't be pinned if I'm outside, kind of thing.
So yeah, to me, it's showing that not only are the wrestlers getting smarter, but the writers are getting smarter about how wrestlers are getting smarter. And producers are getting smart too.
Yeah. Again, clean victory. I'm all for it. I do a tournament like this about I want clean victory. Like, even if it's like pulling the tights or something cheap like that, I want.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she used the Future Shock DDT as a finisher.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Now, what's cool is that Valkyria and Cora Jade have there's that history of that Battle Royal when Cora came back that, remember, Valkyria eliminated her immediately. And they went out. So
There she is, Valkyria. Nice.
Reading textbooks doesn't count. There's a difference between watching as a fan and watching as a superstar.
All right, in the back of the crowd, I have to point this out. With the double ponytails standing up in the back next to the dude in the yellow shirt, that's Letty, my friend from TikTok. I'm gonna say friend now because we've been talking.
Nice.
I'm gonna point her out every episode now when I can find her. And she'll be actually making her in-ring debut on TV fairly soon.
Like next week soon?
I don't know if it's that soon, but
Duke can approve it. Hey Duke, can I have a match against Miss Skirt Suit over here?
Yeah, do whatever you want.
I'm gonna kick your prissy ass tonight.
I love Thea Hale.
I'm 100% down with finding this higher plane, but we have a fight next, dog. Can we come back to this?
I feel you.
Let's put a pin in this till later.
two guys that asked for their release, they sure are getting prominent spots.
I think what it is because their contract isn't up till October. They are trying really hard to make them reconsider leaving.
The charade of a friendship is based on lies.
Because think about how much story they would have to rewrite and like get another tag team to take their place in.
Well, I mean, you've got till October. It's not that hard. It's really not. They just know the talent they have.
Right.
It's not hard to rewrite. That happens all the time. They rewrite these shows. Don't forget, it used to happen 30 minutes before a show. Was it always great?
Or during the show.
No. But they're already making backup plans to deal with it. I'm sure they are. That's not a problem. By the way, I'm still so thoroughly confused by this whole Night of Champions thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, it just that Sammy's just suddenly okay. Like, oh, they're going to let me in the country? Yeah, sure. You know, let's forget about the hundreds of years of travesty against my people. Like, it blows my mind. Yeah. But, you know, we'll see.
I'd like to see Stratton in the finals. Legit, I'd love to see Tiffany Stratton in the finals of this tournament. As much as Perez needs to be up in the main roster. I'm surprised, but not surprised that she didn't get drafted. I think Stratton needs it more than Perez does.
Yeah, I see Perez going over Jade, and then it'll be Perez versus Stratton, and Stratton will beat Perez, be it either pulling the tights or some kind of cheap move or clean, but I see it happening. And then, yeah, it'll be Stratton versus probably Valkyria, just because you don't want heel versus heel. Although they did tease it when Stratton picked up the belt and then Cora tried to take it from her, so that would work too.
Yeah.
So it would work.
I'm not saying it would be wouldn't be a bad match either.
Yeah. But I definitely, like, to me, Stratton is my pick to win the whole thing.
Agreed.
And I'm with you. I'm kind of surprised that Roxanne wasn't called up. But it could be an age thing. It could be they looked at her like, oh, well, she's still very young. You know, she's only like, what, 21?
I don't even know. Yeah, maybe? I don't know.
Hold on, I'll look it up. She's like 20 or 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 21.
I mean, the way she's 21. Okay.
So they, you know, it could be that they wanted to maybe just get a little bit more time, you know, before starting the travel, because, you know, don't forget, like, not that I think she would do it. I have a feeling she'd be very disciplined, but, like, you know, Triple H, his experience with a 21-year-old or a young one, 22, 23, is Randy Orton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so like, that's kind of rough. So it could be that they want to, like, okay, she's very young. Let's give her a little bit more time. And
Let's
also, like,
and
I'm not saying that Booker was trying to hold her back, but it could, you know, Booker might have been like, let's give her more time. You know, I know her. I can work with her some more in NXT, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
which I don't mind either. I mean,
if she's not called up, like SummerSlam or Survivor Series time, next year's draft, 1,000%, she's gonna be she'll be a high pick too. If they do the draft again next year, she'll be a, like, very high pick.
Yeah, I got a feeling she'll be like a night 1, round 3.
I say she's a night run round 1. Like, I believe if she gets another year in NXT, especially they give her another title run or something, and she kind of dominates again, like, I could see her being a night 1, round 1 draft pick.
I would agree with you if she has a heel run. That works.
I don't think she needs it. I don't think she needs it.
Talking about passing the airport test. Oh, yes.
I love how he tells him to get out of the way after he's 10 feet past him. Hey, dog, get out of the way. Like, they weren't in the way. You got past them.
That was a cool shot, all the way in from the outside to the arena, to the ring. Single shot, nice. That was one hell of a spear last week.
Last week, my boy defended my honor and he brought it to Braun Breaker. But after that, Braun decided that he wanted to send me a little message. Well, guess what, Braun? Message received. Look, y'all. Hey, I'm well aware that this isn't the same Braun Breaker from Stand and Deliver. But what he needs to realize is this isn't the same Carmelo Hayes either. Let's talk about it. Because at NXT,
Why is Trick Williams wearing a belt that's not latched?
I don't know.
It's a fashion statement.
I don't even see a buckle on it.
I haven't looked that closely.
Come out here, big booty bad Braun. Braun, I know you back there. You heard me. Come out here. Let's get it.
Oh, it's the class style, but I don't. I just don't understand.
Unless it came unhooked when he got out of the car.
Maybe.
Mr. Mello, Mr. Williams, your childish little sit-in, that's gone on too long.
It's gone on like 30 seconds.
If you
Yeah.
are embarrassed because Braun Breaker left you beat in the middle of the ring, you do not disrespect us.
Disrespect y'all.
The two of you stormed through that building just now like a couple of children. You brushed past us like we were nothing. Right as we were finding out that our tag match tonight isn't happening.
They had a tag match
Listen,
tonight?
our lifestyles,
I missed that.
Yeah, they were supposed to wrestle Tyler Bates and
Wesley.
Oh, that's right.
Wesley.
Yeah.
Don't you listen to that. Don't you listen to that. We're not alike. We don't need. Hey, shut up!
Counter chanting Willy
You
Wonka.
show us respect.
Well,
like
do you
it.
blame him?
Just like these ingrates right here.
Hey, okay, you know what? See, hold on, y'all. The difference between us and you guys is when you guys speak, they chant Willy Wonka. When we speak, they chant Mellow. Hey, I got one for you. Hold on, Mr. Gulak. Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Melo's going up in the next draft if he doesn't go up during SummerSlam.
It seems like y'all want a tag match tonight. And since we waiting on the bad booty breaker, why don't y'all run it tonight with the Trick and Mellow gang?
I mean, are you guys sure you want to do that? It's so close to your big match.
Oh, cheap shot from Gulak and Dempsey. You ain't kidding. Yes. But look, if they wanted to fight,
I wonder if either Tyler Bates or Wesley was injured.
I think Wesley maybe.
Because, like, I don't see a reason to make this happen storyline-wise. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still looking forward to it, though. Like, it's going to be a good match.
Oh yeah.
What the hell are you doing here?
You're obsessed with the idea of breaking me. But I'm unbesiegbar, invincible, unbreakable.
You seem to enjoy pain. I enjoy inflicting it.
Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional.
There's not a man alive that I can't break.
I invite you to try.
I can tell you what, like, albeit the Dijak character isn't really working for me, that match between him and Dragunov is going to be a fucking banger.
Oh God, yes.
Find out next on NXT.
Also, just a quick heads up for our Pat McAfee fans. He has just signed a deal with ESPN. So not only will his show be on his YouTube channel, it will now be actually on ESPN after First Take Live, as well as ESPN Plus and the ESPN YouTube, which means that his show will now be in every airport, every sports bar, everywhere. So this is a massive, massive deal. Now, it is interesting to me in that they obviously do not censor themselves. So are they now going to have to censor themselves every day? Because it is going to be live on ESPN. It is not going to be pre-taped. So it's not like Tuesday's episode will air on Wednesday kind of thing. It'll be live. So that will be interesting to see how that goes.
Or are we going to have a bleep cannon?
Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to keep up. Like, that would be $100,000. That'd be $100,000 a year job for that person just to be on that, you know, to cover that show. That would be so strenuous.
I'll take it.
Why am I suddenly hungry? Or maybe because there's a freaking Subway ad playing and I haven't eaten all day. But I wasn't hungry till just now.
So we did a cheesy chicken fry, loaded fry thing for dinner tonight. It was really good.
Okay, because I'm watching the video right now. I keep muting myself on his announcement. He just got to the point where I talked about the. So they're gonna have to not be able to say the F word as much, but every other word apparently is good to go. So they just have to basically try not to say fuck as often.
So it's a little bit of self-censoring and
yeah. Now he does say as much. As much, so we'll have to cut it back as much. So, but he says that the thanks to the Last Dance documentary that played on ESPN and Michael Jordan having a potty mouth, that they're kind of open to a lot of. It opens up a lot more doors as far as that goes. Yeah, I'm actually watching that video right now. Like, I'm kind of like watching. That's why I keep muting myself because I'm watching the announcement video because I just got the notification, even though I should have gotten it back when it came out. AJ said I had smothered pork chops and mashed potatoes. Oh, that sounds good.
It does sound good.
That's Sloppy Joe's.
I was gonna
Cannot
make.
go wrong with Sloppy Joe's.
No, you can't love Sloppy
Really
Joe's.
can't.
I was gonna make peppercorn chicken with roasted asparagus and tomatoes, but it's not been a good day for me. So it's like, nah, I'm not doing shit.
So, surprise, surprise, with my job, I actually picked up some guests who had actually ordered that Doritos thing from Papa John's. It smells good. It smells really good.
I'm just not a big... Cool Ranch to me, like, I have to really be in the mood to want Cool Ranch chips. So the idea of it on a papadilla just doesn't really do anything for me.
Where that's where you and I differ, is because I'm the exact opposite. I've got to be in the mood for the nacho. So in Cool Ranch, I can just eat any time.
Tickets are still available. You can get them at etix.com, or right now you can scan the QR code on the screen. Don't miss your chance to be a part of NXT Live.
Tampa, Orlando, Ticketmaster, gotcha.
Tag team wrestling tonight. We're about
busy here tonight attacking Wesley, Tyler Bate. We saw that earlier tonight. And when it's specific, you think that's funny?
No, man, I'm just saying.
What are you laughing
No, I'm
for?
just saying, eliminate the competition, man. That's what it's all about. I get it. I understand that part, Vic. It's war. It's war, man.
As we just saw moments ago, that upset Charlie Dempsey and Drew Gulak. Focusing on this matchup, Denia believes that their roots would be golden right now if it was not for Ivy and the Creeds. Of course, they battle of gallus for the NXT Tag Team titles.
Yes, indeed. You got to definitely make sure you keep your eyes in the back of
You
your
okay,
head.
Ginger?
Creed brothers tonight
Yeah.
definitely may have that
Someone sent me something that's kind of
right
funny.
there in that corner.
Cool.
That little Ivy Niles. Oh, yes.
I'm glad you bring up Ivy because she's really turned around the Creeds, though, hasn't she? Their mindset, I should say.
You know, like Sherry Martel was to Harlem, she was our legitimizer. Vic, she managed that team in the ring as well as
So legit, I'm really happy for Pat McAfee and the crew. It's also very funny because ESPN, up until recently, which granted they just got a brand new head of creative and Bob Iger's back in charge of Disney, who owns ESPN.
Yeah.
ESPN has actually like had problems with the Pat McAfee show, but the new director of content and everything over there, they're really they think that Pat McAfee show is the future of sports media, which it is.
Mm-hmm.
So good for Pat.
The Creed brothers, let me tell you something. These guys got a hell of a background. They're main roster potential future world tag team champions. They just need to be in the right place at the right time. Could this be it?
Tag was made, Reed coming in, and look at this book. It has been made official tonight.
So my fear with the Creed brothers is WWE doesn't see a potential in the one that's in the ring right now, but they see all the potential in the one in the other one. So they're going to break them up, kind of like they did with Tucker and Otis. Don't get me wrong, Otis has done a lot since their breakup, but
he's also back in the tag team.
yes.
I'll be right back and get something.
All right.
10-4.
Tomorrow night is barbecue country ribs and mac and cheese. Right on.
She's got to be out here. She's got to be on point as far as managing these Creed brothers. And I think she's doing a hell of a job tonight.
Look at the strength of Big Brute.
Just hang out here for a second. All the blood rush to the head right now. This right here, this could be dangerous, Vic. This could be very dangerous for that kid Jagger Reed.
Reed right now, I think he's just wondering where he's going to land. As Brutus hands off to Julius.
And the handoff.
Yeah, it's just the problem is that Julius, they're both incredible athletes, but Julius is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he's got more personality, so I could see where you're coming from, and I could see where I could definitely see how they would see that, because he really is out of the two. Like, he could be a single star and be fine.
No, he's got the charisma.
But as a tag team, he's got and if they want to reevaluate their tag team division.
Can he do it?
You sound like a soundboard right now.
Get up, get up, get up.
Yeah, that's all on. That's not even on.
Yeah.
The Creed brothers. That's on him.
Yeah.
It's a core issue.
Like,
you good, sir? You good, sir?
I love the Creed brothers. I think they're a great tag team. I think they got a bright future as a tag team. I think they could be champions in any federation they go to. Any of them. I'm just afraid WWE would want to keep them together for a little while and then break them up for a singles run.
Well, don't forget, you're talking about a new... We don't know how Triple H will treat tag teams.
No, we really don't.
You're basing a lot of this off previous
management?
Yeah.
Damn. Trying to get a big win over the Creed brothers.
Ooh. Ooh.
Is this gonna be enough? And it's a near fall. Both of these teams slugging it out. Don't go
Such
second
power.
picture commercial break.
All right, dorks, what are we blowing up? The Vatican.
So I don't know if it's true. I don't know if anybody's seen like a sneak preview of Fast 10 at Fast X yet, or whatever the fuck they want to call it. Apparently, The Rock is back.
I don't know.
Yeah, so apparently The Rock is back as Hobbs. It was this whole article on how, like, you know, proof that Black Adam was a true failure, and the proof is that he secretly got back to the Fast franchise. I'm like, I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think so either. And I watched Black Adam. I was.
That movie's shit. I'm so pissed. Like, that movie was shit. I was so bored. Like, I can watch a movie, and it doesn't have to be the best thing ever. Like, it doesn't. Like, it doesn't have to be the greatest comic book movie or movie, period, every time.
Mhm.
But you had iconic characters that I'm huge fans of, like Hawkman and Dr. Fate. And you had great actors playing those characters, and yet you didn't really do anything with them. And The Rock as the Black Adam, it was just The Rock in tights. It wasn't Black Adam. It wasn't the character. They made him far too virtuous and far too, like, heroic and like, I don't know. Like, it just, like, I was so bored in that movie, and that's a problem.
And as someone who doesn't know that much about any of that Black Adam storyline or that stuff like that, you know, I even found the movie to be okay.
I was just so, like, I was so bored. I was so mad.
I've only seen it once, and I don't even think I watched it all the way through.
Yeah, it was a struggle to get through it. I saw it at a drive-thru in Ocala. I almost left. I'm in my car. I can just go. Like, I was just like, I was so, like, upset. And, like, I'm gonna watch it again because I want to make sure that I wasn't tainted in any way watching it, and that maybe the drive-thru wasn't the best option, or drive-in. But, like, legit, like, I remember I was just like, I was so bored. I'm just like, the story was generic, and it was, you know, predictable, and the villain was so generic, and it's like, yeah, it's just, oh man. That movie failed because they tried to market it as, like, the change to be all change when it comes to comic book movies. It's like, the comic book movie world will never be the same. It's like, what? You gave us a cookie cutter film. Like,
yeah.
It was just so, it was so generic.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Flash movie.
I'm still so up in the, like, it looks so good, but, like, I don't want to support anything Ezra Miller does.
Oh,
And
I
so
agree on both.
I'm so torn. But, like DC needs this change, and, like, so bad, because, like, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, it was very cookie cutter, it was very generic, and it was also very much like Wonder Woman 84, where it was the wish stick, like, it's the monkey's paw. It was just so, like, oh, so, like, we can just, Shazam, spoiler, Shazam dies, and then is immediately brought back by Wonder Woman, who just shows up out of nowhere. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, it was so, like, there was no stakes. And it's just like, you know, even death didn't matter. I was just like, oh, God. All right.
So to me, it seems like DC is actually trying to be too comic accurate.
No,
on
it wasn't
certain
comic
things.
accurate at all. It's not even close. None of it was.
Well, I was talking about I was talking about the death not mattering thing.
Well, that's not comic accurate. That's just a comic trope that sucks. It's
Yeah.
not the same thing. And like But even in comics, it's never like in the same issue that somebody comes back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like ugh. I'm really looking forward to pending the writer's strike. Superman Legacy starts filming in January,
Cool.
so we'll probably find out casting details this fall. I'm excited to see where it goes. Oh shit! Forgot to turn this down. I'm like, why am I not hearing nothing? I mute during commercials.
That's fine.
A big win for the Creed brothers. As Brutus now looking around, gets a little bit distracted in that momentary hesitation opens the door, and this is textbook Diane.
One tree fit, but the only thing is missing is tag team only. These guys haven't been able to achieve here in NXT. So close, so close.
Shoulders down. Speaking of so close, a little too far. He pinned both of them. They both kicked out. What a combination with a Northern Lights suplex to boot.
Combination, Vic. I don't think I've never seen that one.
Brutus reaching back.
That would have been nice.
Julius somehow fighting for his life is Reed. Reed picking up steam and just gets pounced out of midair. I'm looking around as we see all the offense in the ring. Where'd they
And I still think Keith Lee has the best pounce.
Monty Brown.
Monty Brown has the best pounce. How dare you?
Ah! I haven't seen
Monty Brown.
Look, it is
Monty
been so
Brown,
long since I've
baby.
seen my-
Hell, I think Willow's pounce is better than Keith's. Keith is just because they put him against really small guys so he can throw them really far. And so it looks more explosive, but like Monty Brown's pounce, that dude, holy crap. I miss
looked
Monty
like he hit
I
the
miss
shit
Monty
out of
Brown
you.
so much. Monty Brown was the man and one of the nicest guys in the locker room. Love that dude to death. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Jiminy Christmas.
This is a good match. This is a really good match.
Oop, miss. Ugh. Ooh. Ivy, don't do it. Good match. Very good match.
We said Ivy was getting the Creeds in the right mindset. Baby steps.
Who are the men's tag? Who's the NXT? Gallus.
Gallus, yeah.
There's kind of a mini tournament going on right now to see who the next number one contender for the men's is.
Battleground coming our way a week from Sunday, Lowell, Massachusetts. You do not want to miss your chance to be a part.
I think Ivy Nile and Ava Rain are going to get a really good match in the future.
But I gotta move on to another situation we learned about last night on Twitter
Yeah.
regarding the Don and the Underbosses. They were at dinner, and well, some unexpected guests showed up.
Joe Coffey threatening the Don? Who's he think he is? He'll get his. And Gallus will get theirs when we take the tag titles. If we get our chance. Don't play ball. Don't you worry. Hey, Paulie.
Jesus Christ, how stereotypical can you be?
Delaying the shipment in the docks.
I think that's
Those guys down at the Port Authority, everything is approved. That's my boy. Always handling business.
Mr. D'Angelo.
Look, officers, I already made a very generous donation to the foundation.
Mr. D'Angelo, can you stand up, please?
Why?
We need you to come down to the station. There's a couple ongoing criminal investigations.
Investigations into what?
Criminal acts that your name is associated with.
Criminal acts, huh? I know how this goes. This better be legit. I'm missing my meal. What happened?
I think they just took Mr. D'Angelo in for questioning.
Questioning? For what?
Don't say it, Vic, don't say nothing. Just mind your business. That's family business. Just mind your business.
Oh, it's the Creeds. What's up, Vic? What's up, Book?
What's going on?
By the looks of it, now Gallus doesn't have any challengers, right? So this is what we're gonna do. May 28th, NXT Battleground. Gallus, Creed Brothers. Tag team titles are on the line. The phone's ringing, Mark and Wolfie. Answer the call.
Yes, please. Give me Creed Brothers versus Gallus again. Please. But just, like, not a triple threat. Give me just those two teams going at it.
yeah. Let's get coffee out. Just find a way to keep coffee out of it.
No, what I meant, like, triple threat is, like, another tag team in it. Because, like, the last time that Gallus and Creed Brothers went at it, there was another tag team in it.
Who was it?
I don't know why I can't think.
New Day?
No. Was it Pretty Deadly?
What's the question?
The last time the Creed Brothers and Gallus faced off, like, a month ago, it was at the... It was a four-way, that's right. It was Pretty Deadly... Creed Brothers, Gallus. No. Was it the Dyad? Pretty Deadly versus Gallus.
Or maybe it was
Creeds.
a three-way. I don't know.
All I know is it wasn't Creeds versus Gallus 2-on-2. Briggs and Jensen. Right. Thank you. That's what it was. They were the fourth.
Master,
so yeah, give me Creed Brothers versus Gallus in a 2-on-2 tag match.
Straight up.
Yes, please. Like, just look at what we just got. Now imagine Gallus. Like, just like Gallus in the... Oh my god. Yes, please. God. Yes. By the way, I do think that Booker mentioning how the Creed Brothers are main event ready was kind of a jab at the fact that they weren't drafted.
I think so too.
I believe that, at least in Booker's mind, he believes they should have been drafted. I agree.
Yeah,
I think the Creed Brothers... Yeah, could you imagine the Creed Brothers versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn?
How about the Usos?
Like, my God. Yeah. Just like... I mean, hell, just Alpha Academy. Just fuck. Like...
That would be... Yeah. Ricochet and Bronson versus the Creed. Look, you put them in a match with anybody, it's going to be magical.
Creed Brothers on the main roster. Yeah.
If not by SummerSlam, draft next year.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I agree, Matt Ward. I do think Creed, Braun, and Cora will be on the roster by SummerSlam.
Yeah, if they're I'm very curious how they're gonna do more call-ups without the if they're gonna do any without the draft or whatever, or if they're gonna wait till the next draft.
And if there's any trades, make a big deal of any trades throughout the year and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, that's something else I'm curious how they're gonna handle. But again, I'd like to see maybe watching Jailhouse Rock from 1957 on Amazon Prime. Why?
Everyone loves Elvis.
I think the best thing about Elvis was the fact, Eddie Murphy said it best, is that man never, he can't act. That's fine. Just let him sing his lyrics. Elvis, we gotta win this race. We gotta win this race. Would you like some lemonade, Elvis? Lemonade. That cool, refreshing drink. Ah, shit. Is it time for Supernova sessions?
Yeah.
Hear me now! Live from the moon! Welcome to the first ever episode of Supernova Sessions live in the USA! I am your host, your sensei, your longest reigning
What's the 11 for?
Heritage Cup champion.
It's just something he's always had. I don't know what it means.
Supernova Sessions is a place to be! It's must-see TV! Supernova Sessions is a cream de la cream of WWE talk shows. What originated in NXT UK has become an international phenomenon and landed right
I can see that, Matt. A shake-up after SummerSlam.
Maybe.
But
he's not gonna get it. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up, or don't, for Dragon Lee.
So good seeing Dragon Lee on my team.
Superstars in NXT. Did Noah Darcy cream of cream? Did he make creme de la creme?
Please. Agua. Dragon. Thank you for coming on. Please make yourself at home. Sorry, I forget. You know speak. I prepare. Hola, señorita. Mi casa, su casa.
Actually, I speak English. It would say better than you.
Well, that was a waste of $20. Okay, funny man. Here's my first question. As being on SNS, the highlight of your otherwise unremarkable nothing life?
Let me say something. It's an honor to be here from on these people, except you, Noam Dar. You don't give people respect. I come from a family of respect. I'm a
Yeah, they start training young down in Mexico.
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
My father started training when I was 14. Y no solo me enseñó este bello deporte, sino
14's almost old.
to respect
Yeah.
your opponent.
Listen,
Didn't
Dragon,
Ray start
we're
training
here
at
to
10?
talk about your dad, okay?
Yeah.
Or
We're here
earlier.
to talk
Real
about
young.
many things, but not the
I know
top.
Eddie.
Dragon,
I know in the
know
Eddie
all
Guerrero
about you.
documentary, he
You're
started
a
like
champion
Eddie
in
can't
3
tell you the age he
continents.
started because he doesn't
You're a
remember.
bona fide
Like
celebrity.
he just always remembers wrestling.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Hey, be careful with my country. Soy orgullosamente mexicano. Eh? I love my Mexican people, their passion, their spirit, the same type of spirit and passion the NXT universe has shown me cuando llegué aquí a NXT.
You see, this passion and pride
Oh,
for your heritage is exactly the passion and pride that I have for my Heritage Cup. But Dragon, let me ask you, how does it feel knowing that this is the closest you're ever going to be to this cup?
You keep talking, hablas, dices, says, sounds like you want to defend it?
Whoa. No, tranquilo. You no comprende. Can I have the level 2 Spanish book, please?
Noam, I think you have to defend it.
Oh, my reptilian mate, I don't think you know what you're asking for. 6. Cinco plus uno, 3-minute rounds. 2 out of 3 falls. You have to be a master at this game to have a clue what to do. Plus, it's not as easy as just asking for a championship match. There are procedures. There are protocols. Yeah, there's many forms.
Nathan Frazier! Nathan Frazier!
Hold it!
Heck yes.
Hey, I'm sorry to have to do this to you again, Noam, but I just have to expose you as a massive fraud.
Why you're not supposed to be here? Security! Get
And the hitting home truth is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many rules that you magically make up. That cup is not an annual trophy. It has to be defended just like every other championship in WWE. And the fact that you're the champion, that you hold that cup, that don't make you HBK, pal. Right? You don't get to choose who, when, and where to defend that thing.
Nathan, he know Abel's angles.
Oh, understand.
Yeah, dude's been speaking English for like 2 months already. He clearly understands English. Like, and because he understands English, I'm going to tell you this right now, Dragon. I speak on behalf of literally everyone. When I say that we would love to see you take on Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup Championship in this country.
Okay, maybe if he gets the form.
This is what I'm gonna do. Tú y yo en Battleground. What do you say?
No way.
Hey, Battleground sounds good to us. Let's run that up the flagpole.
Ginger.
But just
We're gonna get Noam Dar versus Dragon Lee at fucking Battleground, bro.
Just little baby of yours at Battleground. You could always give Alicia Fox a call. I'm sure she'd be willing to take you.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm happy about this. This is good things. This is good times.
Against Supernova. How about this? Me and you, Battleground. You've got it, and you'll see exactly why I'm the best at this. And
Now, do they give the Heritage Cup to Dragon Lee?
to interrupt Supernova sessions live in the US.
I would, say yes.
Next week.
I think they need to, right?
And it's going to be non-championship.
It would give it not only would it give it the cup some attention, but prestige too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Play that fucking
Don't get me wrong, Noam Dar is very good. But
I do like how they clarified the Heritage Cup. It is not an annual thing. It is to be defended just like any other championship.
Yeah. That's how it was declared over at NXT in the UK. That was their secondary title. I would, if you'd have told me when NXT UK like shut down, that'd be the title that survived, or the prestige that survived.
Yeah.
I would never picked it.
I like it. Are they building a friendship through pain?
Yes.
I was sitting going, why isn't this the main event? And then I realized, oh, they might have the JC Jane Roxanne Perez match as the main event.
Yeah. As much. Yeah, that needs to be because that's for a belt. This is just for respect.
Yeah. Well, plus you also like you kind of don't want to make an impromptu match your main event when you already have scheduled stuff.
And that's something Raw and SmackDown need to learn. Have a main event, and if there's any other promptu matches show up, have them beforehand. Because honestly, sometimes it feels like Raw and SmackDown are like, what are we going to do for a main event? Oh, you guys have issues. You guys want a match? Sure, main event. Like, whew, got through that one.
Yeah, but again, like, you're also talking about an old era because I don't really think Triple H has done that.
I'll have to go back and check, but you may be right. It is, wow. That, it's hard, you know. You had all this for so many years.
You have to let go of the cynicism of WWE because it's not the same WWE.
It's really not.
We're in a new era. We need to focus on that. And I'm not saying it's perfect. Triple H has his problems too. But, yeah, it's a new era. And so you can't hold the sins of WWE past on the current product.
Wow. Okay.
I went ahead and ordered a Checkers burger.
Which one? Just regular?
No, their new, it's got fries on it.
Oh, the fry lovers? Yeah, Melissa gets that all the time. She absolutely loves it.
I got that. I like some chili cheese fries and a banana shake.
Nice. I like getting the mushroom Swiss burger.
I like that too, but it's not available through DoorDash, which pisses me off. Yeah. I don't know if the Checkers here doesn't have it or they just don't offer it. Like, a lot of times you don't get a full menu through DoorDash. I get that.
Okay.
So it could just be that it's not on a full menu.
That looks good. Okay.
I am so over these damn Alaska reality shows, man. And I want to go to Alaska. Like, I'm all for Alaska. I think Alaska's beautiful.
Yeah.
Favorite to win it all in Roxanne Perez.
But
how confident are you that you can get past a former NXT Women's Champion?
Honestly, Mackenzie, I'm not confident at all. I mean, I don't even know why we're having this match tonight.
Come on, it's me! Mackenzie, I'm gonna need some better questions when I'm the women's champion. Now let's be honest, Roxanne's time has come and gone. And after I eliminate her tonight, I'm gonna move forward to the semifinals, where I wanted to face Gigi Dolan. But of course, she proved to everyone exactly what I've been saying for months, that she is nothing more than a failure. She failed at being a good daughter, a good sister, a good friend, and she failed at winning the NXT Women's Championship yet again. Me, on the other hand, I'm a winner. I'm the complete opposite. So I guess I'll just have to picture Gigi's face when I kick Roxanne's head in and take the next step forward in becoming the new NXT Women's Champion.
Well, that's the final quarterfinal matchup still to come. But this matchup is underway, and this match is made official after Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey tried to cheap shot Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, because let's call it what it was. Gulak and Dempsey were prepared to face Tyler Bate and Wesley, who were attacked by Schism, and instead they found themselves in a fight where the NXT champion...
I'm kind of glad Trick Williams got better gear, because when I first saw him, he was wearing like skinny jeans, like pleather skinny pants. And I remember being at the house show and everyone yelling, "Skinny pants, skinny pants, skinny pants." Actually looks like a wrestler.
Yeah, I'm glad he actually got gear.
Oh.
Dempsey and Gulak had to change their mindset around, thinking they were going to face Tyler Bate and Wesley.
Check out Trick Williams right now. Trick Williams looked so good, especially after that matchup last week with Braun Breaker. Had something.
He impressed you?
Yeah, look here. Trick Williams went toe-to-toe with the former NXT champion. That tells me a lot about this young man. He's about to show.
Wait, we have an hour left in the show.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, did a lot of wrestling and stuff like that for the first hour. It hasn't. It doesn't feel like it's only been an hour. It feels like it's been more than that.
And when it comes to grappling students of the game, you think of Drew Gulak, you think of Charlie Dempsey.
Drew Gulak came right in and went right to that soft spot.
Yeah, it's been like kind
I feel
of a
like
pack.
they've given the matches time to develop.
And it's made it feel like a packed show, even though we're only an hour in.
There's Hayes back on top. Hayes says he is headed to Lowell, Massachusetts as champion in NXT Battleground to prove he's not the same Carmelo Hayes from Los Angeles. He has to protect home court on May 28th. Tickets, of course, on sale now only at songascenter.com. And the question, Booker, is Hayes too emotional heading into NXT Battleground?
You know, you need those emotions in this business, Vic. But you look at Braun Breaker.
Shoulders down, shoulders down. Champion just kicked out.
Look at the aggression of Braun Breaker. But the one thing Carmelo Hayes got to go to is he took Braun Breaker's best shot not once, but twice. It's not how you get knocked out.
Do we see Gulak back on the main roster?
Probably not.
I think he's transitioning. I mean, if I was Drew Gulak, he's very good at it, from what I've heard. But I transition more into like a coach trainer role.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I know he does a lot of the
He's a damn good teacher.
I know that he does a lot of training down at the Performance Center, like teaching. So I think he's kind of like he's better. I mean, I think honestly, like, you know that on the main roster you're not going to get a whole lot. You know,
right?
Even with Triple H, you're probably not going to get a whole lot as Drew Gulak. So why not stay in Orlando? You only got to travel for the big premium live event shows, and you can train people, which is what you're good at and what you have a passion for.
Right there by Charlie Dempsey. This kid know his bench is deck.
Take a look. Athleticism on display. Bam! A little bit of what we saw from Williams last week against Braun Breaker, but a shot to the throat. A cheap shot by Gulak.
Cheap shot. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Gulak's not legal. That's a cheap shot.
Hey, come on. That's called tag team expertise. Right there, coming from Drew Gulak.
Spell expertise. Okay, now
Once again, Booker being Booker.
in control. Dempsey, talking about cheap shots, but not following the rules. Dempsey trying to get out, was looking for another cheap shot. Nice job by the official to regain order, but it's Gulak and Dempsey.
I'd just like to speak from experience. If you grab someone when their dreads are balled up and try to pull, it doesn't have the same effect as pulling hair.
Really?
It's like, yeah. I only know that because when I had my dreads, I had them up in a bun one time, and a stripper thought it was gonna be funny. I fired her, so she thought it'd be great to pull the back of my hair, and all it did was just like jerk me back like an inch. I went, what the hell was that? Since they're all bundled together, it doesn't feel like normal hair pulling.
Okay.
Good
It's
to know,
more
good to
like
know.
it's more like pulling your fucking forehead. It's more like
Williams went through a battle last week. You talk about Gulak and Dempsey picking a spot, looking for that big check, looking for that big win. They could be minutes, moments, and seconds away from it. But Williams, a nice counter, reaching out, and here comes the NXT champion.
He's gonna have to suck it up, that man, Carmelo Hayes. He's gonna have to suck it up big time in this matchup right here because Gulak and Dempsey has been rolling.
Oh, right under the jaw tag. Dempsey's now legal, and the NXT champion don't give a damn who's legal. He's hitting everything that moves.
You see the distance on that?
You know another match that would probably be really good?
This man Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes versus Logan Paul.
I see a bad landing for Dempsey.
I can see that. Carmelo Hayes versus KSI. If KSI
We haven't
wins.
seen. That's the problem. But the thing is with Logan Paul versus Carmelo Hayes, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the promos. I'm looking at the athleticism. I'm looking at the art of the match.
I'm just talking about the match.
No, I think the promos would even go off. on
Logan
each other,
Paul
too.
still has a lot of work to do on his promos. A lot. KSI would have more so, but I think if KSI decided to do this, he would give it the same effort that Logan Paul's giving it, and he's just as athletic, and I think that he would... This actually did not go as long as I thought it would.
Still good.
It was a good match. I actually thought we'd get a commercial break in the middle of the match.
Well then, because there's what else we got planned for tonight? I know we got that one women's match.
Yeah, I don't know what else we got.
NXT champion soaring from the top, securing a huge victory for himself and Williams here tonight on NXT.
And that's another win for the Trick Mellow Gang.
I like how Trick was blocking Gulak.
As we were saying,
Yeah.
Braun.
Hey, Mello. Hey, Mello, I'm up here. Hey, Mello, how your ribs feel after I speared you out of the sky last week? See, you're gonna have to wait just a little longer because I made a pit stop on my way to the arena. But I gotta say, the energy in this place, just not the same thing. This place usually jumping. What's up? What's up? Why is everybody so nervous, huh? I'll be there soon. Figured I'd stop, get a fresh cut before I finish what I started last week.
Oh, we got the Chase U girl.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Thea Hale versus Fallon James.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Or Kiana. It's not Fallon. I was mixing up their names again.
Of course I. It is going. You got this there.
I just like if I could just bottle half of her energy, like just
Yeah, just in a shot.
she's somebody that I think it's like I think has a bright future ahead of her.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, it helps she's dating Nathan Frazier because like that's a great person to learn from.
Yes, it is.
Nathan Frazier is another guy I don't ever necessarily see getting to the main roster.
Maybe.
But,
maybe.
I mean-
I mean,
And my only fear there is I just don't know what they would do with him there. I think he has all the potential in the world to be a world champion, but like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh God, big stretch. Whew.
Did we call? Wait, no, oh, no, okay. So, I have a feeling Fraser's gonna be one of those ones. He gets pulled up to the main roster, and they just don't know what to do with him after a while. And he goes back down to NXT, and just is amazing. Again.
Yeah, unless he immediately gets into some kind of like mid-card feud, I just don't know what they do with him.
I mean, I could see maybe him and Ali as a tag team, or because I don't see WWE bringing back a cruiserweight division.
No.
A tag team might do him good. Maybe.
But that's the thing. I don't see him as a tag team competitor. Like
I can see the most I can see him in WWE is a United States champion at max. I hate to say that about him, but like that's.
I mean, I could see him as Intercontinental title too. Like I said, a mid card, but he has to get like kind of like almost thrusted into that. But I think it wouldn't happen until after he won like the world title in NXT.
Right. Any ideas for Thursday's show?
I think we're going to talk like TV shows. Like Ginger and I have been kind of on these runs lately. You know, he's watching Shameless. I'm watching The Rookie. You know, talk about these shows, like these kind of impactful shows. Like what prefaces both Raw and NXT. You know, you got Law and Order SVU, which is a fantastic show, long running show. You know, there's Supernatural, 15 seasons, stuff like that.
Maybe more. You know, then you got the classic shows like MASH and All in the Family and all those and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's cool. That's cool. So, TV shows that have impacted your life.
Yeah.
Hello. Flash, that is so good to see you. How are you?
Hello, no one.
Speaking of Thursdays, how's Kel doing?
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
I haven't talked to him he's just been, you know, I haven't talked to him in a few days. He's just been busy with, you know, taking care of the kids, so.
Did I watch all these talk shows on NXT? I mean, we got Grayson Waller with the Grayson Waller effect. God, that's on SmackDown. And
the fuck are they?
Fraser talking all this mess on his show.
That's Lash Legend.
We have you.
Big and Pink is Lash Legend. And I don't know who Red is.
Miss Jackson, apparently.
Lashing out with Lash Legend. Okay?
I must have missed that one. Did you see that one?
Well, apparently Lash Legend has a talk show.
She's had one for a while.
It's an opportunity for Hale to showcase her skills, but two cuts and forgot that he even got his head straight a little bit. He made the match, he gave him permission, but he forgot.
And her opponent, Kiana James.
Well, these two had that little bit of an altercation earlier tonight in the first quarterfinal match for the NXT Women's Championship tournament, and Kiana James kind of gloated that she was in it.
Like Kiana James, as much as she's improved, and she is so good in the ring now. I feel like since that whole ridiculous soap opera storyline she had going on, she has like no direction.
Yeah.
Kiana James is definitely somebody that has sparked my attention. She's a star, Vic. She's a star. Even though she got bumped out of the tournament, I see something in this young lady.
You know, for Thea Hale, a lot going on in Chase U, of course. The Chase U student section this year. Duke Hudson has taken on wearing so many different hats. Grading papers here at ringside. And we got to let you know, Andre Chase is still recovering. He'll be back. The university, they'll go good hands with Duke Hudson.
Can I say this? I'm so proud of Duke Hudson stepping up, being a leader at Chase U. The one thing I think that...
Whoa, wait a minute, from behind, shoulders down.
Oh, so close there to a victory. Thea Hale.
As you were saying, but
hold on, I'm just saying, Duke Hudson, he stepped up. He stepped up big time.
It certainly has. And Thea Hale trying to step up here tonight.
I love arm drags, man. It's like my favorite move in wrestling.
Tonight, Duke Hudson.
She is rocking. She is rolling right now. And there, Duke Hudson on the outside. In the corner, Hale. Oh!
I don't like that.
Maybe a little too much celebration.
I like how she did that. She just dove straight out and laid her whole body flat, like long legs.
Yeah.
She's always had that, Tim Bain feeling.
Look at Hudson. He's able to cheer. He's able to look on. He's able to break paper.
Oh god, she took that so well, but oh.
I hate the fact you guys are that far ahead of me.
On the top tier of the women's division. Why? Because she was picked by Shawn Michaels. Because she was picked by the coaches to be a part of the NXT World Championship tournament. And she's driving the air out of Hale. Duke Hudson not even paying attention in a kick out.
Kiana James is a boss, Vic, and she has a chance now to focus, not being in a tag team, not having to worry about, a man in her life or anything like that. She just focus on moving up that ladder.
I like that you're talking about focus, because Hudson's still focusing on grading papers as Hale right now is being decimated by Kiana James. And it was James who questioned the experience of Thea Hale. Thea Hale, a young superstar, a rising superstar in the women's division.
When's the last time you seen Andre Chase grade some papers? When's the last time you seen
every week into the cover hook of the leg?
I will be right back.
10-4.
Take your time.
It's the food. Folks, we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, watching NXT with us. If you got any questions you want us to answer about wrestling, yes, tonight's wrestling, mostly influence those questions. Go ahead and post them in chat, be you on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick. We'll do what we can to answer your questions as quickly as we can. Also, don't forget, we have a Discord channel I'd like you to join, conversate all the time. And we've got merch. See this guy down here? This guy right here? See his happy smiley face? Wouldn't you like to wear his face on your ass? Well, you can. Just go to our merch site.
Mics to the face.
Concern yourself with business that concern you, Vic. Think about your woman.
So focusing on the papers, Hale focusing on Kiana James, and here comes Hale. Can you imagine?
What the fuck are you carrying a trophy around for?
Who?
Duke Hudson.
He won it as his MVP trophy for helping out with the schism thing. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Alright, I'll be back.
Okie dokie. Not only do I have my checkered burger, but I got a banana shake.
Right back down to the mat. And Kiana James now focusing in a 401k. James got all of it. James victorious.
I told you.
Oh, I forgot he got his tooth knocked out last week.
Yeah.
Check it out. Got a new tooth and got a little souvenir from our match.
You are a tough kid. Last time I hit someone that hard, it was on Brooks here. I felt that. I sure as hell brought it back. Ain't right, man. Sure didn't. We're better off for it now, guys. Really? Yeah, beating the hell out of each other was the best thing that could have ever happened to us. I agree. So strange. Yeah, well, look, once y'all are done here, drinks are on us. That's what we're talking. I like drinks. Sounds good to me.
I'm liking Tank.
I did too. I like him a lot.
I'm saying if we want to be a great tag team, which we do.
Something about him just seems like he has it.
Like Briggs and Jensen close, like peanut butter and jelly close, like mashed potatoes and gravy close, Hank.
Okay.
So I'm saying next week, we get in the ring with each other.
Like me and you?
Yeah, straight up hoss fight. Push each other to the limits. We'll call it a bonding experience.
Beating the hell out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. All right. Next week, me and you, let's do it, Bo.
See you in the ring, partner. Hank versus Tank.
All right, man. All right, Bo.
Oh, man. You know what they say, big iron sharpens iron. This may make them a better, stronger, faster tag team tonight.
I think it's beneficial to see that hoss fight next week, but I want to talk about another tag team we were supposed to see in action here tonight. It was Wesley and Tyler Bate. Let's go back to what happened earlier tonight, preparing for their matchup. Viciously attacked behind the dyad of Schism to the point where they could not compete. And our own Mackenzie Mitchell right now is actually standing by with the North American champion, Wesley.
I'm currently in the trainer's room with Wesley and his tag team partner for the evening, Tyler Bate, who is still being looked at by our medical team. Wes, do you have any idea why Schism would attack you and Tyler?
Kenzie, you know I usually love our time together, but after tonight, I'm gonna say what I need to say out there to the NXT universe. You good?
Okay, so we're gonna get a Wesley segment in the ring, which will probably lead us into our main event.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's gonna go after Joe Gacy.
God, give me Joe Gacy with the NXT North American Championship.
Yeah.
Long time coming.
Yeah, I wonder if this sets up like Joe Gacy versus him at Battleground.
Battleground. That'll be a good one.
I agree. It's updated now, but Wikipedia had it said Stardust versus Brock Lesnar. Oh, Jesus.
You got to also remember with Wikipedia, anyone can change it if they have a login. I can sign up for Wikipedia and change certain shit.
Well, certain pages have that privilege locked, like WWE normally, but Wikipedia is very easy to hack.
Yeah.
Happens all the time. I don't know when the when Checker switched to the more like artisanal style pickles, but they're really good. Chili cheese checker fries. I'm a happy fat man. Oh, that's good chili.
Came to NXT. Shut up.
For fast food chili, that's really good.
Steve, with one mission. Not put an emphatic end to him. And then I watched our entire NXT locker room hold their breath, hoping that I'll go to Raw or SmackDown. But all your deepest, darkest fears still exist. Because I'm not going anywhere. I still got so much more to accomplish.
I'm back.
More superstars to destroy, more havoc to create, and championship gold to capture. I'm on the hunt, and every NXT superstar is my prey.
Hey, I don't know about you, but dude looks kind of pissed. Hey, but Malik,
There are some people that just, I don't know, like, I don't think they'll ever make it, like, really make it. And Dabakato is one of them. I get why they picked him up. He's got the size and the look. I just don't know if he'll ever, like, fully get it.
Unquestionably the biggest mountain in all of NXT. But you know what? I enjoy the challenge of climbing mountains because the view from the top is breathtaking.
Yeah, unless he stops you from breathing first. I'm done. Well, I slant too much. I'm just
You should never count out Axiom, but you should also never count out this man.
Please welcome the NXT North American Champion, Wesley.
And there is a different look in the eyes of Wesley.
It's called a power walk, Vic. Walking with purpose.
You ain't kidding.
Right there, by the way. A lesser experienced or somebody not ready for the main roster would have come out still doing their gimmick.
Yeah.
I was promoted to be in a match with my friend Tyler Bate tonight. But because of an attack by Schism, that match is not going to be happening. Look, I have gotten so much better at controlling my anger. But when you attack me and my mans for no reason, you're going to piss me off. Gacy, you and your elite squad preach friendship and unity, but they aren't friends. They're sheep. Tyler Bate, he is a friend. And you did not need to target me or my friend in order to get an opportunity for this NXT North American Championship. Dog, if you wanted it, all you had to do was ask.
Mr. Lee, what a speech. But unlike your friend Tyler Bate, who you speak so highly of, I have never been dishonest with what I want. And I've said it, and I'll openly say it now, that I want that North American Championship.
Wes, with every groundbreaking win, you inch closer and closer to becoming the greatest North American champion in NXT history. But what does that make Joe Gacy when he takes that title from you at Battleground?
Wes, you said all I had to do was ask. And I'm asking, Wes. Now all you have to do is break the bad news to the big, strong liar that I will be the one getting a title match.
Joe, why do you continue to try to use these schism powers to try to drive some wedge between Tyler and I? When are you going to understand it ain't going to work?
The wedge has already been created. Tyler is deceiving you.
Listen, I have had it with all of this high school name-calling rubbish. Joe, I don't know what your problem with me is. Actually, maybe you're still bitter from that loss at Stand and Deliver. Either way, you have a receipt coming for you. And if it comes at Battleground, then so be it.
Looks like you about to have a busy night there, Mr. Gacy. About to go twice in one night.
Hang on, Wes. Hang on. We're friends. But I'd be lying to you and I'd be lying to myself if I want an American Championship as well. And the truth will fight in the way of our friendship.
If you say so, Tyler.
Who's it gonna be at Battleground, Wes? The sworn enemy who would approach you face to face? Or the so-called trusted friend who would stab you in the back?
Excuse me.
I'll take you both on. How about
9.
a triple threat? And I'll see y'all at Battleground.
Thought I could trust you, dog.
I think Gacy walks out with the title.
Two challengers, one match for one title. Will it happen?
That's a tough one, man.
I
would love it to be Gacy, but it's so hard to bet against Wes Lee, man.
My journey towards
It
the
really
NXT
is.
Women's Championship started when I entered the Women's Breakout Tournament. I won that contract.
It's going to be a great match,
and went on to
no matter
become
who the winner is.
NXT Women's Champion. Where did the time go? Everything happened so fast. Last year, this board was blank, and now every
And our
single
nightly kitty
one of these
shot.
pictures captures a moment in time from the last 365
You good, Ginger?
days.
Yeah.
Championships,
Someone
overcoming
posted
Mako,
something in a belt group that I'm in
my Rumble appearance.
Yeah.
that I
What will my next year look like?
kind of
What will my
want.
next board look like?
What is it? Ginger, what is it?
It's a WrestleMania ring worn, signed by Goldust.
I know where I've been.
Ooh.
Oh,
You know
wow.
where I wanna go.
I don't know how much you're asking for yet.
Oh, that's got to be up. It's got to be up in the thousands, right? Or at least 1,000, right?
And it's the black and gold. It's so beautiful.
It's the robe, right?
No, it's the actual.
Oh, yeah, no, that's easily got to be $1,000.
And that's my next step in my evolution of collecting. Is I want to get some kind of like. Nate's really got my ring worn stuff itching. So every now and then when I see something, I'm like, huh, that'd be kind of cool to have.
Yeah.
But that's gold dust, dude.
So they've got a show where they're going to try to make Hot Wheels, but into real cars.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
That actually seems pretty cool. It's like Pimp My Ride, but cooler, because it's Hot Wheels.
Much cooler. Yeah.
That one car had a skateboard ramp on the back of it.
Yeah, let's not hit that with any speed bumps.
I might have to check that out.
I like that Lego show, the ultimate Lego builders.
The Lego Masters.
That was shit was awesome.
I don't know. Like I watched the first season of it. I
Stuff
only
people
got like,
can do with Legos.
yeah, it is pretty impressive. But like going to Legoland, you see a lot of that. And like I don't know, I was watching the first season. And I had a bit of a hard time getting into that on the first season. I heard the second season was a lot better, but.
Having worked at Legoland, there's a lot of things that are just, it's absolutely amazing and phenomenal what they can do with Legos.
In 10 days.
I gotta be honest, man. Like, seeing the trailer, I kind of want to see this, man.
I'm going to see it.
I kind of want to see Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
I've heard a lot of really good reviews.
Melissa
for it.
McCarthy as Ursula is the greatest casting I can think of.
Yeah. And it looks to be done real well. I know there was a lot of bullshit behind it.
Yeah.
But it still seems it's gonna be it's a fucking Disney movie.
I love how like when all the hatred of the whole how can we have a black mermaid, and people are like, dude, it's a fucking mermaid, they're not real, and that kind of died down.
Wait,
like,
mermaids aren't real?
No, unfortunately not. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Oh wait, actually, you know what? I take that back. Come to Wiki Watchy, we have mermaids.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
But once that died down and they couldn't really bitch about it anymore because nobody was listening to them, they decided to bitch about the fact that they don't look like Flounder and Sebastian, and they don't look like the cartoons. I'm like, yeah, because it's real. Like, oh, it just looks like a crab, because that's how a crab looks. Like, what are you bitching about? It's live action. Why is Von Wagner back in NXT?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Free agent.
They just
Get where he wants.
congratulated him on his Raw appearance last night.
He's a horrible person.
To be honest, he was probably going to find that.
Free agent can go wherever.
They really like to run their mouths.
Listen, you saw what's going on. It's assault, you not.
You keep wanting to play these games, huh? You understand me? You want to get in the ring? We can settle this anytime you want.
I guess free agent does mean NXT.
Thanks, Mom.
Were you just sticking up for me?
Stone, what? No.
No, yeah, you were.
What are you talking about?
Fine, you just stuck up for me.
Okay, maybe I did. You know why? Because you're the only one that has believed in me this whole time.
You're right. And you want to know why? It's because I know there's a superstar inside you, Vaughn. So let me ask you this. Are you ready to talk about this picture, Vaughn?
I think Stone, as long as Stone stays with Von Wagner, it'll help Von Wagner out a lot.
Well, he needs a mouthpiece. He's not got the promo skills. Good Lord, they've got 28 minutes.
Remember, Braun Breaker's still supposed to make his way to the arena.
Oh, that's right.
No, Jimmy Christmas. By the way, you said something on Friday night or whenever that I appreciate they've done here too. No one has touched the women's belt, and no one has touched the new world titles belt.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
You know. Matt Ward, I think free agent means anywhere and everywhere.
Does that mean technically we could get Brock Lesnar in NXT?
I would shit myself.
he would just literally tear the whole building down. Like it would just if he showed up at NXT, it would be to literally murder everybody on the roster, and then rip the building down beam from beam. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Like if the free agent thing means you can go to all 3 brands, NXT included, and Brock Lesnar showed up in NXT, it would be to murder everybody on the roster and then rip the building down from its beams.
Yeah.
I would say the edge, but it definitely gives her a certain confidence as far as going out there. Her training, her preparation has all been intact. She's ready.
Although,
Take a look at the tournament at a whole. The winner will have to go through 3 matches.
you put Braun and Brock in the same ring. Yeah, they're both heels right now, but
I don't think Braun Breaker's. I know he's main roster ready. I don't think he's Brock Lesnar ready.
Okay.
And also, Brock Lesnar has a really bad relationship with Scott Steiner. And Brock is the kind of person to kind of let that bleed down to his nephew. He's very much the kind of he kind of holds grudges, and it's understandable. No fault to Brock Lesnar in any way, but like he like Scott, and it's Scott's fault. Scott has done nothing but try to trash Brock Lesnar since day one, and has never let it die. So I could see, and Brock Lesnar is pretty much like, yes, I'll face this person, or no, I'll never work with this person. And I could see him not wanting to work with Braun Breaker solely off the family connection.
Which sucks. I think together they can have a really good match.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they could. But at the same time, like I said, by the time Braun Breaker is ready for a Brock Lesnar level match, I don't know if Brock Lesnar's still wrestling. I think Brock's only got. I think he's only got a year, maybe 2 left.
Yeah.
And Braun Breaker needs at least a year on the main roster before he's ready for a Brock Lesnar level event, and maybe even longer.
Mm-hmm. Nice cover there. Oh, yes. AJ said to remind you guys, don't forget when you go through Louisiana, get stopped and get some beignets.
Oh, we're not. I'm going to map out, this weekend, I will map out the trip. Because we're going to make
food.
We're going to make some stop. Well, partially by food, but also we're going to stop at some kind of touristy stuff. Shoot some lives and shoot some videos and stuff. We're going to have fun. You know what place I want to go with you, Ginger? And maybe if we get the SummerSlam thing to work out, we can make this happen. Because we're going to drive up to Detroit. I want to go to south of the border with you.
Yes.
Have you ever been to south of the border?
No.
It is this rest stop that is now a town. It is now it's now a full town. But it started as this really cool rest stop at the South Carolina-North Carolina border on 95.
Yep.
On I-95. And it's just a really cool. It's really one of those. It's almost like a Buc-ee's kind of situation.
It's a mini tourist trap.
Yeah, it's awesome. They have the gigantic plastic dinosaurs. They got a big stuffed shark in one of the shops and everything. So,
couple restaurants.
Last time I went through, which was 2019, they had shut the restaurants down, but they had the restaurants were down, but they had cafe, little stand up, walk up cafes.
Hmm.
But like I said, it's like a town now. It's literally I think it's 6 blocks by 6 blocks, something like that.
Nice. AJ lives in Louisiana, so.
Oh, right on. All right, I gotta hit the restroom. I'll be back.
Asta.
All right. The new NXT Women's Champion. I don't know. JC James she's kind of like growing on me.
Yeah. Like she's got a good heel thing going on.
Yeah.
You know what her current gimmick reminds me of? Like Emma.
Yeah. I saw Emma when we went to Raw Monday night last Monday. She
How'd that go?
wrestled Roxanne actually on the main
Really?
event. Yeah.
Windmill.
Ooh. Two count.
Like I completely agree with my brother. Physically, attribute wise, like the technical wrestling is something that Roxanne Perez is ready for the main roster. I mean,
Oh yeah.
she's smoother than some of the girls that are on the main roster right now.
This girl ended 2021, 2020, began her 2022 as Ring of Honor Women's World Champion,
Mm-hmm.
and then started 23 as the NXT Women's World Champion.
Yep.
Like she has her chops. She's ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you right now, when she came out on main event in Jacksonville, she got a reaction.
Good. And I hear my brother. He's like, "Oh, this person doesn't need to go heel, something like that." I'd like to see everyone do at least a 3-month heel run, and stuff like that, just so you can see if they got the chops to do it. If they need to do it at the main roster, you know?
Yeah.
Good match.
Oh yeah. It's been very women's match heavy tonight.
Well, most of the call-ups during the draft were women. Were the women, if I remember properly. Yeah, Elbow Fire, Isla Dawn, Indy Hartwell, Zoe Stark, Katana and Caden, Yeah. Like, most of the call-ups were women.
Sorry, I missed the match, but I'm totally down for Tiffany Stratton versus Roxanne Perez.
I am too.
Yeah.
And,
I had to
and
go
I
black for a second.
Okay.
10-4. And I would like to see Stratton win.
Well, 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 if it isn't my beautiful bearded friends. How is y'all's night going?
It's going good, sir. It's going good.
So, why we have Tommy in the chat, I don't know if I have told y'all this. Tommy recently got a promotion.
Congratulations, and I'm sorry.
Tommy now works 2 or 3 days a week at one of the #1 gentlemen's clubs in Jacksonville as a DJ. That boy has worked his ass off to get to where he's at right now.
Congratulations, sir.
Well done, sir. So they're gonna stand in a ring and wait for 3 minutes. Okay.
You know, I was gonna suffer through it. I was gonna go watch the last Fast movie or this one until Jason Momoa was in it, and then I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna go see it now.
I'll be honest, he to me seems like the best part of the movie.
I will watch it once just to say that I have seen it, because I've watched
I have
every
not
single
watched
one of them.
I have not watched any of them except I've watched like bits and pieces and highlights, but I've never sat and watched any of them since 3.
It took my 8 fucking years to get here, but wouldn't be here without Bo.
Nice.
Shit, I just told you. I just helped you talk on a mic. You got yourself where you're at.
Yeah, the Fast movies, like after Tokyo Drift, I didn't watch them anymore. I was like, well, you know, maybe I'll give them a shot. And then like I started seeing all the stuff that they were. I'm like, oh, this has gone beyond ridiculous. And what really? No, they're making it. Yeah, they're making 2 more. I think they're splitting the last one into 2. So yeah, they're gonna make 2 more. Got here with my cheekies and all. Yeah, but like, I think what really turned me off to the franchise is the fact that, yes, they are just standard popcorn films, right? Like that is just what it is. It's a big action film, but Vin Diesel is so set that they are like thespian cinema, like Tarkovsky method, like Francis Ford Coppola, Artur level, and I'm like, dude, they're not even nothing you do is. You've never been in anything of that level. What do you? I don't understand. Like Vin Diesel's like thought process. The Rock came back in the end credits. Yeah, that's what I had read.
You know, this is a man who's made a career recently of voiceovering for only having 6 words for 3 movies. 4. 5?
4 words. Oh, 5 words.
6.
I am Groot. We are Groot. We are Groot. Groot is the same word.
And okay, I am Groot. I am Groot. We are Groot. So
it's 5 words.
He says, "I love
8
you."
words. 8 words.
Well, I'm not counting this last like. That's just the end of it. Like that was not what he made his career on. He made his career on "I am Groot," and "We are Groot," and he said "We are Groot" once. And
right.
I am Groot is the only so.
So technically, it's 3 words.
I mean, this is a guy who did Bloodshot and Pitch Black, which Pitch Black's a great film, but like it's not.
Yes.
It is not a cinematic masterpiece or anything. It's not something that like Scorsese would look at and go, "Oh yeah, this is cinema." Like he's gonna look at that and be like, "Oh no, that's a popcorn bullshit."
Yeah, it's not. You know, they did do film studies on these.
No.
Don't get me wrong. I like the Chronicles of Riddick. It's just they're fun fantasy things. They're not. Yeah.
I've been watching
Do you
Mr. Sunday,
think-
like I've been watching Mr. Sunday's movies, and they're doing they're going back and rewatching the Fast and Furious franchise. I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna go ahead and watch 4 through now 10, but I'll wait for 10 to go. I'm not gonna watch it in the theater. I'll wait till it comes on, streaming.
Yeah.
But
I'm not going all the way to watch that bitch in theaters.
Oh, speaking of, thanks to all the crap going on with the fixing my room, I missed out on the movie premiere Monday.
Oops.
So I wasn't able to go check that out.
Shit.
So I will hopefully go see something this week, so we still have a Super Beards movie of the week. But I don't know what it's going to be yet. What is coming out this week? What's coming out this weekend?
Oh. Anyways, I have.
I think it's
theory
awful.
for- I don't know if Solo turns on Roman. I really don't.
I don't think so.
I think Solo eats the pin.
I can see that.
Yeah, that. Well, don't forget Roman got pinned in that match with Kevin Owens and John Cena in that tag match. So the only thing that comes out this weekend is Fast X.
That's beautiful.
Great. I was like, great.
Fucking beautiful.
So maybe that's what I'll see. What else is out though? Like what else?
There's other things that's got to be worth your time.
I still haven't seen Evil Dead Rise, but that's actually on streaming already. You can watch it now on streaming.
Yeah.
Also, Air, the Nike Michael Jordan movie, that's also on on Amazon. It's actually free. It's free on Prime.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I thought about watching that.
Sisu, that foreign action flick, that's also on streaming now.
Okay.
There really isn't anything that I haven't already seen. Maybe I'll just watch Evil Dead Rise and I'll do it on that.
Okay.
Because I wanted to watch it, but I never got a chance to go see it. I think we get Solo and Roman versus the Usos at SummerSlam. Yeah, that's where I'm leaning more towards that theory, AJ.
Yeah. But what's the catalyst? Is just Jay and Jimmy just have had enough and are
Yeah,
done being
it's already
gaslit
started
and
the
all that?
catalyst. Like it's been all the trash talking and whatnot. They're just gonna have enough. You've got till SummerSlam to finally get them to turn. There's plenty of time.
These guys out here for me, because the last time that I saw you, I speared you through that wall right over there. I brought them out here to protect you from me, because we all know if they weren't out here, there'd be no Mellow Homecoming. There would be no NXT Battleground main event.
Braun, the only one here that needs protection is you.
Whoa, hey, oh, Trick. Excuse me, but the last time I checked last week, you and I strapped up the boots and let the ring talk, dude. And I beat you.
Hey, nah, we're not doing that, man. Hey, big talk coming from a guy with a wall full of security in front of him. Hey, you know what? Some people telling me that you changed for the better.
Oh, here we go with the blame yourself
But
shit.
in reality, Braun, don't blame these people. Don't blame me. Blame yourself. Because you thought you were untouchable until you got touched. And at NXT,
I do like that line. You thought you were untouchable till you got touched.
my NXT championship.
Good line, good line.
You and I, we fight for two very different reasons. See, you want to go to NXT Battleground and retain the NXT Championship, and that's fine. Because the NXT Championship isn't really what interests me so much anymore. It's more about me destroying you in your home city in front of all of your fans.
Tommy, you hush your mouth. You hush your mouth right now.
Your family, so that they all leave the building that night crying, going, "They're heroes, Carmelo Hayes." Couldn't get the job done. And you know what? You say that with so much conviction. You say it with so much belief. And it's that same belief that got you a year-long title reign with this championship right here. But there's a reason why you and I are in this main event. Because everybody else, they ain't cut like us. They ain't. And here you are thinking you're gonna ruin my homecoming. Cool. But believe it or not, the reality is that beating you is gonna help me create the dynasty that I'm about to build over your body. And that is all it is. You know, your home city does have a history of dynasties coming to an end. I mean, your beloved New England Patriots. The
We're just
Boston
going all in on
Celtics,
Boston.
the Red Sox, the Bruins, what other team from Boston that's trash? Thing is, I'm gonna put an end to your dynasty before it even begins, and after Battleground, you're gonna realize that you're not him, you're nothing, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Well, maybe there is. Mello's heard enough. Booger, this is breaking down. Security's being taken out. Finally, Mello getting his hands on Breaker.
Oh, here we go. Come on, security. Do your damn job.
It's breaking
This
down.
ain't the time. This ain't the time.
We don't have enough security, I don't think, Boog.
As Trick Williams gets dragged off by security.
Breaker one more time, Mello. You see this movie before it goes low. What are these two willing to do to destroy the other? The defiant champion will have the home court advantage in his backyard, but will that be enough to keep Breaker from regaining a gold? A week from this Sunday at Battleground.
Well, that was NXT.
Yes. All right. A little bit of an interesting.
Not a
ending
bad
to that.
show.
No, it was a good show. Ending was a little. Otherwise, good show.
Like honestly, I was expecting somebody to walk out, like come out.
I don't know. I don't think like Carmelo like in that last week. Braun Breaker stood tall after that spear out of the air with a low blow and a hit with the match. Which, by the way, heel move, but whatever.
Yeah,
he
very
should have been.
English.
He should have been standing tall and not laying down with him. Still sell the clothesline, sure. You could sell the clothesline, but he should have been standing. But whatever.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the NXT Watch Along and Wrestling with Toxicity. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to do all the social media stuff. Follow, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Next week, we're going to have a very special episode because we're going to be coming live from Ginger's little man cave before we get on our road trip. Well, you won't be, but I will be. Because where are we going, Ginger?
We're going to fucking Texas.
Yeah, we are.
Again.
Going to Houston, Texas for Comic Palooza. It's going to be a lot of fun. Keep your eyes out on our social medias. We're going to be shooting a commercial pretty soon for that. So we'll get that done as well. I'll have that written up either tonight or tomorrow, Ginger.
Okay.
So that's going to do it for us today. Real quick, who's online?
Mia Yim's playing Red Dead Redemption.
All right, that's a great one. What's her actual handle? Because I forgot what it is.
I'll put it in the private chat.
Official Mia Yim.
All right. I think Mia Yim's a great one. Hell, if I could spell. Red Dead Redemption 2. Fun game.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. So here we go. We're rating. Oh, no. I hit the wrong button. Shit. Sorry.
What'd you do?
Sorry.
Ray has
My
Wait,
bad.
it's been canceled.
Try that again. Sorry.
All
right.
Yeah.
We're going at it again. Everybody let them know that TGN Network sent you. The Geeks and Noobs sent you. All right. Now we're ready. For real. Peace out, guys.
Yes.